we do it. This a rhythm I lock down the street. So we chop it, so we do it. This a when you come feel lock down the street. Alright, so we chop it, so we do it. Lock down we a lock down the street. So we chop it, so we do it. This a when you come feel lock down the street. All I'm full of go play back again. And everybody say yeah. All I'm full of go play back again. See them couple of the big tune. All I'm full of go play back again. And everybody say yeah. All I'm full of go play back again. See them couple of the big tune. All I'm full of go play back again. And everybody say yeah. All I'm full of go play back again. See them couple of the big tune. All I'm full of go play back again. And everybody say yeah. All I'm full of go play back again. See them couple of the big tune. So we do it. This a rhythm I lock down the street. So we chop it, so we do it. This a when you come feel lock down the street. Alright, so we chop it, so we do it. Lock down we a lock down the street. So we chop it, so we do it. This a when you come feel lock down the street. All I'm full of go play back again. And everybody say yeah. All I'm full of go play back again. See them couple of the big tune. All I'm full of go play back again. And everybody say yeah. All I'm full of go play back again. See them couple of the big tune. All I'm full of go play back again. And everybody say yeah. All I'm full of go play back again. See them couple of the big tune. All I'm full of go play back again. And everybody say yeah. All I'm full of go play back again. See them couple of the big tune.
Welcome aboard, folks. Welcome to the Flight Sim Broadcasting Network. My name is Jason. It is 7:05, a little late. 7:05, and we are going to be flying a charter flight in the MD-83 over to Nashville today. Pop says, I saw the Isles beat the Canes yesterday, but I was yelling at the TV. Of course you were. VRF Simmer John, he says, want to make a bet? No, I don't. He's a Predators fan. We're Rangers fans, so it's going to be an interesting game. The Rangers they came off a win and beat Detroit. That's kind of where we are with this. Christopher, how are you? Checking in. If you're on the chat, do me a favor, just say hi in the chat so I could say hi to you. If you're new to the channel and you're kind of wondering what this is about, it's pretty simple. We like to simulate real-world operations, right? So we do it right, we learn something, and we have fun. That's kind of what we do in this channel. This airplane's ready to go. The only thing we've got to do is do our walk-around inspection, and then we are done deal. I'm just going to go ahead and check the alpha vanes. We're going to be taking a flight from the Strakes right there. That looks good. We're taking a flight from Obviously, we're going out of White Plains. That's where we are right now. And we're headed over to Nashville. The weather in Nashville is not great, and neither it is in White Plains. My guy's got a little bit of a limp here. I don't know what's going on with him. He must have hit something. A puck hit him or something. He's walking it's walking weird. The visibility is kind of junk. It's like this the entire route. Looks like the temperature in. I'll give you the weather update as we get a little closer. I'm looking at just the static wicks over here, looking at the ailerons and the trailing edge flaps, and that looks great. Shelton, how are you? Love the stream Wednesday night. I watched it again today. Well, that's good. I appreciate that. Also, if you guys are members, I want to know your opinions and your thoughts on the video I posted this morning. I'll probably be releasing it to the public maybe this weekend. We'll see. I'm going to back up here, just kind of take a look. That looks good. Yeah, that was a fun stream. It was fun to get into the 737 again and do a little bit of 737 flying. It's been a while since we've done that. Oh, I can't reach my mouse up there. All right, so the elevator looking good here. I try to check the sensitivities of the mouse control, and it's kind of weird. All right, that looks good. The exhaust on both looks good. We're going to get the ladder up. Like I said, this airplane's ready to go, folks. I got it fueled. Not only that, I got it loaded. I got everything loaded and ready to go. So literally, we're going to jump in here. We don't need a de-ice. It's 41 degrees, and nothing's on the wing. You would be checking that surface right now. Just make sure there's no icing on that wing. We do have center on. There's a gazillion people in Boston. I think Boston's having their ops. Might be an FNO thing going on there, but she shut the door on me again, this dang co-pilot of mine. Well, I'm glad you love the stream, and I do want your opinions, you guys, the members, both on Patreon and YouTube. I want to see what your thoughts are on the video I just posted. If you haven't seen it yet, I definitely recommend watching it. 34 minutes, but I really want your take on it. All right, we're back in the flight deck here. We got to close those stairs. Let's go ahead and jump in. We're going to go ahead and fire up the APU. All right, fuel pump's coming on, and we are going to turn on both of the center pumps here. That's on, that's on. Let's fire APU. APU's coming online here. Run, start. Let's take a look at this. That's going to be closed. I hope you had a great couple days, and I've been busy, really busy trying to get this video out. Delta 1441, he says MD-80, MD-80, MD-80. Hi, Jason. Flight 1086 video was extremely good. I thought super interesting. All right, good deal. You know, that video was originally, thank you, by the way, that video was originally an hour long. Okay, so I originally had this video an hour long. And there was commentary, a lot of color commentary by myself on this accident that happened a few years back. And there's the APU lit. And I'm going to probably be doing a series on these. So it's not just the one, it's going to be a series. I'm going to throw this to run. APU is coming online. You can see that right there and there. I'm going to go ahead and throw these off. 1, 2, seatbelts on. And that's good to go. We've got running power there. Bleeds are off. We're just going to go ahead. We don't need to run the bleeds. We don't need any air conditioning in the back of the airplane right now. It's good. We're going to click deny. We'll shut the cockpit door. And we'll run our checklist and we'll get going here. All right. Since we're on the bus, I'm going to turn off the ground power. We don't need the ground power, so we'll move the GPU from the aircraft. We're good to go. And we'll go ahead and throw those aft stairs up. Let's get the pumps going, and then we'll run the checklist. I fired Cliff. Cliff is on a beach somewhere. I don't know where he is. We don't have him today. He's too much of a pain in the neck sometimes. We'll get him here. It's buffering. Is it buffering now? I might have to turn it down a little bit. I've got it pushed up to I've got 10,000 kilobits per second now. I don't know what's going on with this dumb thing. Well, let me know if it's buffering. That's kind of an odd thing. All right, before I start, 0 fuel weight, we've set it. Takeoff conditioner, computer is set. I just want to make sure. The one thing I forgot to do is we're going to go ahead and set our stabilizer. Idiot Cliff did it again. Yeah, I can't fly with him right now, guys. Okay. Sean, just let me know. I mean, I've got my own dang line and shouldn't do this, but I wanted to make sure we're not buffering anymore. It's a little stuttery. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be stuttering at all. That's the one thing about this internet. It's good on my end. I think it has to do with maybe lines coming in. So what I might have to do is turn down a little bit just on the bit rate, and that might help some people with slower internet connections. So I got to find that happy medium, right? So I might turn it down just a little bit, see how we'll do a test midweek or something again, and we'll see how it goes. All right, flap selector is stowed. Airspeed bugs are set. Fuel and pumps. We have 31,800 pounds of fuel, and the pumps are on. All of the pumps are on. Doors, they are closed, and hydraulics coming high on. I've got to close that one door, and the pumps are on. Let's close the door. Doors are closed. Good. And before I start, checklist is complete, friends. I will go ahead and show you just really quick what we've got, a route of flight, all that good stuff, and I'm going to do that right now. Flaps 15, wipers on. That won't always be funny. Yeah, Well, we'll get Cliff again. I just don't want Cliff in the rain and the crappy weather. I'd rather not deal with him right now. And to be honest, I don't know, man. I'm really not sold on that system right now. It kind of bugs me a little bit. It's just weird, right? It's not very reliable. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I kind of need some reliability when you're talking to a first officer. I really wish they would do a shared cockpit, because that would be really neat to fly this with somebody. This airplane's a handful alone. Let's go ahead and look at this thing. I'm trying to find where my charts are. Here we go. I'm going to pull this up. Maybe. Just show you the route of flight, all that good stuff. So we've got some crappy weather. Come on, man. There it goes. We have some crappy weather en route. The whole entire flight's kind of dismal. So Marshall says a little stuttery. Well, hopefully it works now. Okay, here we go. So this is not the route of flight. We're going to go far low. Then we'll go ahead over here, unload that, import, sim brief. I'm just going to pull that in. This is our route of flight. Right there, we have some weather, obviously, all over the place. Let's pull up the radar and show you what we've got going on here. So we've got radar through here. We're probably going to pass all that. It's kind of mist and crappy in Nashville right now. So that's what's happening in terms of the weather, at least radar-wise. Let's look at the AirMet. You can see a lot going on here. Let's just take out thunderstorms. We'll take out that. I just want to see that and that. So we do have icing. All right, and we have turbulence as well. Turbulence is probably going to be... Get rid of that. Icing now. Get rid of that. You can see the higher elevations we do have turbulence. So on the climb, it might be a little bit bumpy from higher levels, 18,000 and up. It's because of the weather. But you can see our route of flight. It's going to pull us in. We're going to be taking the HPN departure. I think it's the Westchester 8 departure out of here. You can see right here, just zoom in. We're going to take runway 16. 163, 190 knots. We cannot exceed that. That's because the radius of turn will increase. So I'm going to keep it at 190. We'll probably fly nose 20 degrees nose up and then rotate 320. We're pretty light today. I mean, we're not too heavy. We're in the 130 something range. Do a 320 degree heading. We're to be taking runway 16. So push is going to be nose to the left. And then we'll push back, go ahead and taxi Alpha. Alpha straight up, and we're done. Any questions? With that, let's go ahead and see if center is still on. I don't know if they are, but we'll check them out. Doesn't look like they are. Yeah, 120.8. All right, 120.8 is on. We're going to flip this over here. Beep. And then I will call for a push. Excuse me. Let's go ahead, prepare and push for push and start. Icing. Do you want? No, I don't. It's 43 degrees. We don't need de-icing. Oh, look at how pretty that is. Isn't that nice? Okay, I'm going to go over here, click setup. We're going to go flight mode. And I'm just going to drop down the brightness just a little bit. We will shut this off. We did our performance already.
1678 to set a maintain 4000.
Down to 4000, 1678.
Shelton says, just watch the video. If the snow removal was taken care of, the Delta pilots should have chosen either Kennedy or Newark. It wasn't that, right? So he's talking about the accident that we're going to release this video. I couldn't say it's pilot error because I don't know if you heard, but 44% of the fleet has done the same thing, right? So he's talking about the pilot pulls too much reverser on the MD-80. You can only go 1.3 EPR, which is up here on the engines, right? You can't go over that value.
Collision 1678, turn left heading 010.
010, Southwest 1678.
We'll get back to that in just a minute. I do want to, oh, come on. I do want to, let's go. I'm going to request for a push because we're going to be pushing on a active taxi here.
Citation 94 Juliet Whiskey at White Plains, Atlantic South, ready to taxi with Golf.
That's where I am.
Edition 1 Christian 904 Juliet Whiskey, New York, departure. Departing?
We're at, I believe it's Atlantic South.
That's where we are.
The field here off of about Kilo.
Oh, he's way south.
Juliet Whiskey, if the people that made the airport names were correct, or the FBO names were correct, you would be right. But that is Atlantic West, on the south side. Runway 11, taxi via Kilo.
11.
Atlantic West, close enough. 11 via Kilo.
Let me call him up.
94 Juliet Whiskey.
That was 6878, just verify it's a heading of 010.
Yeah, I don't know what my plane is doing. I'm going to manually fly it. Heading 010, Southwest 1678.
Okay, so 1678, for now, turn right heading 090, please.
Turn right heading 090, Southwest 1678.
Let me call him up. New York departure, Riptide, 5803 White Plains, looking for push on Alpha.
Riptide 5803, New York departure, push at Alpha to Peru, face your nose northwest.
Okay, push to Peru, face northwest, Riptide 5803. All right, let's go. Brakes off. Let's do this thing. Due to icing conditions. All right, start number 1. No, we're going to start number 2, actually. And I'm going to turn off the cockpit floodlight. Don't want that on. All right, let's go and fire it up. Cleared on the left, clear on the right. Air's coming on. We've got duct pressure coming in. On the Alpha, here we go. Open it up. We do have it open. The valve's open. Fire number 2. Okay, fuel flow's coming up. Actually, it's and 2 is on the rise. 20, here comes the fuel. 22, stand by, almost, fuel on. Clock up. Light off. Okay, and watch for EGT. EGT's on the rise. Looking good. Coming down, shut it off. Start or close. We got a good light. Okay, we're going to set the park brake. Park brake is set. We're going to go ahead and start actually 2 engines today just because of the inclement weather.
Flighting 040.
Okay, we're going to fire number 1.
Southwest 1678.
Number 1 coming to start. Here we go. Valve is open.
We're 904 Juliet Whiskey, runway 16, RVR greater than 6,000 feet, wind calm, runway 11, clear for takeoff.
11, clear for takeoff. 904
EGT's coming up. N2 on the rise. Looking for 22% here on the N2, and then we can introduce the fuel. It's hot enough to burn. There's 22. Here comes the fuel. Fuel is in, and timer is set. I'll flip this to run. Got a light. We got 200. Looking for the EGT. There we go. We can go ahead and throw that off. Starter is cut off. And we're on the bus on the left side. Looking good. 2 good engine, 2 good starts. Let's go over here and check everything. Make sure we're good to go. Left side's looking good. Right side's looking good. Battery volts are set there, and their amps are good. Okay, left side. This is coming off. We're going to kind of throw the APU off. We don't need it on. Those are off. That's on. Coming across. That's off. Good, good, good. We don't need any of the anti-ice. We just need the windows. We've got that windshield. Everything else is good to go here. We're going to throw these to the on. We got good pressure on the packs. Packs coming in. Temperatures are looking good. Get some air going for the
Number 94 Juliet Whiskey, rare contact.
players.
Turn right, a right turn please, heading 270.
Okay, here we go.
3000 south, please.
Right turn 270, climb maintain 3000, currently passing 2300.
Down 1678 to center maintain 3000, reduce speed to 210.
Flaps coming down 28.
And speed down to 210, Southwest 1678.
Flaps are actually 23. So I want to watch our gauge down here. We'll make sure we're hitting the 23 range. Right about there. That'll work. All right, 1, 2, 1, 2, rudders checked. All right, we're ready to go. We're on the checklist. Let's do it. Before taxi, air conditioning panel is set. Fuel, pitot heat, and ignition. Ignition is off, and heat is on.
Number 4 Juliet Whiskey.
We have captains. That's good.
320, climb maintain 7000.
Okay, anti-ice is off except for the windshield, which is good. And then flight controls are free. Flaps and slats. Flaps and slats are set down 23. Transponder is coming on TARA right now. There we go. And pneumatic crossfeeds are closed. Taxi checklist is complete. Let's go ahead and give him a call. New York departure, Riptide 5803, taxi with the numbers.
Riptide 5803, runway 16, taxi via Alpha, advise holding short.
16 via Alpha, we'll advise holding short, Riptide 5803. There we go, and there we go.
Number 4 Juliet Whiskey, climb maintain 1000.
11,000, 4 Juliet Whiskey.
Well, welcome aboard, folks. If you're new to the channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. That would be really helpful. Helps the channel out a lot. And we are underway. We're shoved off and underway here. Looks like the rain kind of stopped. Visibility is crap. Nice and foggy.
Turn right heading 050.
Right turn 050,
1678, turn right heading 130, descend maintain 2000, reduce speed to 180.
Speed down to 180 and say heading again.
Heading 130, 2000.
130 down to 2000, Southwest 1678.
So Southwest 1678, a right turn, please.
Right turn, Southwest 1678.
All right, I'll get to your comments here in a little bit about this thing. All right, there comes Alpha. We're at the end of this thing. We're going to slow down. This is the ILS hold line. We want to make sure that nobody's on final. We're going to go ahead and run our checklist, and we'll be off and running. Okay, I got 16 on the sign. That's good. 16 on the
turn right heading 190, intercept the runway 22 localizer.
Brakes coming on. Let's go and run the checklist.
Southwest 1678.
Before takeoff, checklist. Config. Let's go ahead and check the config. We're going to pull this up. Speed brakes. Armed coming across. That is arm 2. Push this up. Bring it on back. That's good. All right. And we're going to go ahead and set this. Takeoff on the FMA.
Number 94 Juliet Whiskey.
Ignition selector is... We'll come to... let's start on Bravo on this side, and we'll go to Alpha on the other side. Okay. Altimeters are set. ABS and spoilers are set. Takeoff and armed. Takeoff checklist is complete.
From Greco.
All right, you guys ready?
Runway 22, Southwest 1678.
Shoots on in the chat. Those members are here. We got to throw our chutes on. You know that. Parachutes on. Here we go. The funny part is parachutes won't do anything for you in this airplane. All right, after departure, I'm expecting we'll be making a left turn out of here. Let's see what he is. It's just going to verify the clearance really quick. Before we do anything, we've got direct to park. And I want to say park is right there.
1678, contact 48 tower, 8.7, now good night.
We'll see what he says.
187 over the tower there. Thanks for the help.
I'll ask him if you want to fly us. We want us to fly Westchester 8. We'll see. Let's call him up. All right. New York departure, Riptide 5803, holding short, runway 16, ready to go.
5803, runway 16, RVR variable between 4,000 and 6,000 feet, runway 16, clear for takeoff.
16, clear for takeoff. You want us to fly the White Plains 8?
Vessel 5803, affirmative, it should have been on PDC.
I don't see that. Okay, we'll fly the 8, thanks. All right, here we go. Brakes off, take a look. Looks good on my side. Looking good on that side. All the lights are on there. I'm going to go ahead and throw this to the on position. Here we go. It's raining. There we go.
Somebody's calling New York approach. Sounds like you're pretty far away. Check the frequency you were sent.
Okay, want to line up. Let the airplane roll over the line like this. This is an MD-80, so you're pretty darn long. Okay, we got good RVR. I can see the center line pretty good. 6,000 he's set on the RVR. Let's go ahead. I'm just going to stop the aircraft right now. I'll bring up the thrust levers. And then we're going to go ahead and select takeoff. Once we rotate, it's going to be 163. And then we're going to go to a heading of 320. Brakes off. Here we go. And auto thrust is on. Takeoff thrust coming. Push the nose down. And let's go. There we go. Right there. Clamp is on. Get that center line again. Cross check. There we go. Okay, pull the nose back just a little bit right there. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And then we're going to rotate. Here we go. Okay, positive rate, gear coming up. We're going to go all the way to 20 degrees. Hold that, flight director. We got to go.
Gear up, lights out.
800 feet. We'll start the roll. We'll start that roll to 320 on the heading. Nice and easy. Keep on pulling up. There we go. 320. Looking good. Roll it all the way up.
5803, ident.
Oh, shoot. Hang on just a minute.
Traffic.
That's stupid. Okay, we'll ident. Just give me a second, really quick. We're hitting 3,000 right now.
Yeah, reply 5803, it didn't associate, so I'm guessing the transponder's off. Safe position.
Making a turn 320 on the heading right now.
Okay, safe position.
Just departed off of White Plains. Go ahead and...
I need a position with the distance from an airport at a bearing or a direction. Otherwise, I can't radar identify you without the transponder.
Yeah, just flip the transponder on. Let's see.
Okay, Riptide 5803, ident.
Hey, identing, Riptide 5803. Okay, I'm going to push the nose over. What is going on with my
Here,
airplane,
approach
guys?
November 7 Alpha X-ray,
There we go.
6800
Whoa.
for 6000, November 7 Alpha X-ray.
Number 7 Alpha X-ray near approach, expect vectors ILS from my 16 approach, the Westchester altimeter 3005, it is hotel current.
Okay, I've got the power way back. I'm
Expect
just
vectors
trying
the
to
ILS 16, November 7 Alpha
bring them
X-ray.
up a little bit. We're going 3-2.
5803, radar contact 4 west of Westchester Airport, turn left heading 270, climb maintain 7,000.
Left hand. 270, 7,000. 270, 7,000. We're going to start the climb here. Okay, 270. Hands are full, guys. Good on the climb. We'll go 270 up to 7,000, right?
Okay, number 395 Tango near approach,
Set.
head down.
I'm flying first. Flaps coming in. I'm going to get the speed up just a little bit. Working on a few things. Got my hands full right now, folks. Good on the climb. I'll push them up now. We get some good climb going. Get the flaps up. Just wait to that 200 to push them
Number
up.
395 Tango, no ident observed, safe position.
All right, here we go. Vertical speed,
Number 395
2200.
Tango,
VS is
radar
on.
contact 20 northeast of Westchester Airport, Westchester altimeter
That's good.
3005. Your I-5
Altitude is set. Heading 3270.
They just dropped
270
you.
set. Heading
Oh,
is
cool. Oh,
on.
great night for all of us. Expect vectors ILS from my 16 approach. So
Okay, we're on the climb. Push this thing up. We get some good speed going on now.
To maintain 4,000.
Keep those flaps in. I'm waiting. I got to get some. Drop the vertical speed.
New York Center, exec jet 5695 with G11.
Wipers coming off park now.
Corey on the quarter floor right.
We're a little slow. That's okay. We're increasing our speed. Come on, airplane. What are you doing?
From my 22 approach, altimeter
Throttle's on. VNAV set. Here comes the thrust. Climb thrust is set.
Runway ILS 22 approach. Current altimeter 3007. Cruise up to 695.
Number 7 Alpha X-ray flying 180, intercept runway
270, 7,000.
4,000.
To maintain
Good on the
4000,
speed.
fly heading 180, intercept the localizer, November 7 Alpha X-ray.
Hands are full, folks. Just you got to aviate first, then communicate. Once I get through 200 here, I'm going to go ahead and go slats up. Okay, slats are up. Man, that was crazy.
Contact near departure 120.4.
All right, 120.4. See ya. 120.4. That should have been set before I departed. It's my bad. Okay, 1204 set. There's 7,000. Let's call New York Center. New York Center, Riptide 5803, 7000.
Skyline 5803, New York departure, climb maintain 15,000, turn left heading 260.
15,000, 260. 15,000, 260 now on the heading. 260 heading select, 15,000, 15,000. Let's do a climb check here in just a minute once I get it stable. All right, so we're going to go ahead and select the climb.
1780, leaving
Bink.
3.24.
Okay. Coming over to cross here. I got to shut off the
Southwest 1780, New York departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 12,000.
I'm going to have to stop this. Confirm.
Southwest 1780, turn left heading 360.
Left turn heading 360.
What's the temperature?
Southwest 1780, were you assigned the Goldman 8 departure?
13 degrees, we're okay.
All right, Southwest 1780, next time you're assigned it, please fly it.
Climb check, here we go. Okay, ignition. I'll throw that off.
Skyline 5803, contact New York departure 126.8. Good night.
126.8, we'll see you. 126.8. 126.8. We're in New York departure again. And New York Riptide 5803, climbing through 10,000.
Riptide 5803, New York departure, good evening. Climb maintain 17,000.
Up to 17,000, Riptide 5803. All right, 17,000 coming on the heading, the altitude, that's set. There's 10,000 feet, we're in the crap. 10 degrees. Here comes the anti-ice for the engines. I did not forget the transponder. The transponder was on, it just wasn't on Squawk Box or whatever the heck this thing is, V-Pilot. So V-Pilot, it was on my aircraft. I did it right. Just V-Pilot didn't pick it up for some dumb reason. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, engine anti-ice. We're going to go ahead and throw that on now. That's on. That's on. I'll throw the system B on. And climb is... APU's off. Fuel pump center. We're going to burn the center tank first. Spoilers. We'll go ahead and disarm those. And then finally, our flaps and slats are up. Come back down here. That's good. That's good. We're going to reset this to 0. I'll tell you what, man, that was... My hands were full. You're an IMC. Your ATC's telling you, hey, you're not squawking anything.
Proceed direct park.
Park. Okay, direct park, 5803. Execute that. Let's see where we go. All right, we're going to kind of push the range out just a little bit. We're pretty much direct park now. So we can fly on this heading still. We'll make it. But what I'll do is I'll actually turn 10 degrees over so we can hook up. We got to get a good hookup. 14,000. We're going to 17,000 is set and it's armed. On the climb thrust, looking good. Got to get through this crap.
Evening, New York departure, Delta 9769, 14.7 for 17,000.
What was I doing down
Delta
here?
9769, New York departure, good evening.
Yeah, my hands were full. That's for sure. Hands were full, folks.
New York departure, American 642, passing 10,000 for 11.
Oh, hang on just a minute. Did I turn those off? I did. Let's go to the overhead.
American 642, New York departure, good evening. Climb
One's
maintain
on, coming
17,000,
across.
direct merit.
We are climbing. Pressure's looking good. Diff is coming up, and our cabin temperature is good to go. Good on the climb. I'm going to throw off this now.
Delta 9769,
and
proceed
the
direct Gale.
engines.
Direct Gale, 9769.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and hook up right now. Nav set. Navigation is armed. We'll wait till we hit to park. Seatbelts are off. And that That's it. Hands were full, folks. Nothing like IMC in an MD-80 when your transponder is not working. And yet you said it. He's like, say position. I got my hands full, dude. Like, really? I was flying that manually. No autopilot, right? My hands are full. We just hooked up to NavTrack. That's full. That's manual flying right there in IMC. You don't have time to go, oh, let me go heads down and look at what's going on my stupid transponder.
New York, getting American 1874501990.
Okay, we're at 17,000. I'm looking to get a little more altitude.
New York departure, good evening.
They're probably keeping us low because of Teterboro, probably right under us. So you got Teterboro here. You've got, we're just passing Newark to the south of us. So
Riptide 5803, contact New York Center 132.17, 3217. Have a good one.
3217, we'll see you. Okay, 3217. Busy. Woo! 132.17. 132.17. This is why a first officer would be really nice right now. Or somebody. Even if I was working the radios, it doesn't matter as long as somebody's... It helps, especially with this aircraft. This plane is no joke. All right, 132, 117. We're there. We are just all over New York today. What is going on here? 132, 175. Okay, we're there. Let's go ahead and tell them where the heck we are. We're at 17,000, headed to Park. New York Center. Oops, sorry.
Contact Washington Center 13372.
for Walker 2791.
Call him up. New York Center, Riptide 5803, level 17,000, direct Park.
Call sign only, please.
Riptide.
Riptide 5803, New York Center, climb and maintain level 260.
260 on the climb, Riptide 5803. 260.
New York Center, Pax 5 Delta Whiskey Alpha is back.
26 armed,
Pax 5 Delta
set,
Whiskey Alpha,
VNAV coming in. Here we go.
United 1786, cross Sarah at and maintain level 200, transition to 300 knots.
Come on.
Sarah, Adamantine 200.
What's up, Jeremy? How you doing, man?
1786.
Jeremy, what's your squawk? 1313.
Delta 97.
Ja, what's up?
New York Center. Good
This
evening.
is your 2522. I think I heard you.
Maintain level 300, Delta 9769.
Okay, crossing.
5803, climb and maintain level 320.
Okay, 320 now, 5803. 320 on the squawk here. I mean, excuse me, 320 on
American
the altitude.
5309er, cross Copes
Set,
at maintain
armed,
220.
set.
Copes at maintain 220, American 5309.
18,000, 2992. Going once, going twice. Here we go, 2992. All right, 29902 is set. 18,000, we're off. Folks, that
Impact 5, Delta Whiskey Alpha, transition to 300 knots or greater.
300 knots or greater, Pack 5 Delta Whiskey Alpha.
American
Here,
5309er, transition.
lights coming off, by the way.
Do not exceed 300 knots.
We won't exceed 300 in the transition, American 5309.
With west wind 3382, contact Washington Center 13372. Good night.
13372, 3382, have a good one.
American 576, contact Cleveland 11987.
Man, that was busy. That was a busy departure. That's coming off. That's disarmed. Was that fun for you guys as it was for me? Holy smokes. Nothing like having a good old-fashioned family Christmas. All right. let's figure out where we're going to go here. We got Park. Once we hit Park, we're going to go that southbound heading to, southwestbound, I guess. 23,000. We're going to climb to 32,000, and everything else is looking good on the aircraft. We've got pretty good systems. Flaps are up, slats are up. I'm just making sure that we're set now. 23,000 in the climb. We are, I think we're stable after all that nonsense. If you had another pilot, they could actually do the heading for you. So you can fly the heading, then you can say, okay, heading select, and they can push the button. But when you got your hands full like that in IMC, you're trying to look down at your transponder
for 5 minutes.
to ident. It's kind of hard. Get your hands full. That's why you always said say where you are. Yeah, I just took off. I'm flying a 320. I don't have time to look. When you get an airplane like that in your lap, the last thing you want to do is go heads down and start screwing around. But I think we made it work. All right, so going to Shelton, what you said about this video that is going to release hopefully this weekend. JFK Newark giving more room to slow down. Yeah, but here's the deal. You're right. There's, like I said before, there's not a lot of margin of error when you fly into LaGuardia like that when the weather was crappy. But if you have a good report, you can do it. The margins are tight. You know, you got about 200-300 feet, but he landed perfect. Like that captain, and you probably heard me, he saved everybody's life because he landed before he should have landed, right? He actually landed short. He was red over red, not red over white. So he was red over red. He touched down well short. The only thing that screwed him up was the stupid EPR, right? But you can't blame him because 44% of the flight crew did the same thing. All right, so they pull more than that 1.3 EPR or engine pressure ratio, and you can lose directional control, especially on a contaminated runway. You're looking at 1.6 EPR. So you can't blame the pilot because he was concentrating on, I mean, he was stressed out. The dispatcher stressed him out because he thought the airport was closed. There's a lot of things they could have done before they even ever got to that situation, right? So I don't know if I cut this out in the video, but like I said, I had a discussion of an hour. This thing was an hour long before I really chopped it up.
70, cross lurch at and maintain 14000.
There's 29,000. So another thing that he could have done was just
3002.
3002, United 1470.
Southwest 22, correction, 2522, contact Washington Center 131. Excuse me. Let me start over. Southwest 2522, contact Potomac approach 11970.
11970.
So that's where we are, folks. We're heading down the only VOR. I mean, we could this Martinsburg 112.1. We'll grab that one.
706, Roger.
Right there. And then we've got
1157, cross Sarah, flight level 200, transition to 300 knots.
There's 30,000 feet. We should have a good ride here, folks, up at this altitude. The only problem is we have a lot of winds. We have a lot of headwinds coming up, okay? There's over 100 knots on the winds.
United 1157, New York.
New York 1157.
United 1157, cross Sarah at maintain flight level 200, 300 knots.
Say again for
all right, there's 1,000 to go, by the way. We're going to level off 320 coming in.
1157, cross Sarah at and maintain flight level 200, transition to 300 knots.
200 and 300 knots at Sarah for United 1157.
All right, what did I say on the VOR? VOR is going to be 111.2.
Pack 5 Delta Whiskey Alpha.
2.1.
Let's see. Cross Clipper at and maintain 12,000.
Okay, there's 32,000. I'm going to go ahead and take a peek on the wings to see how we're doing. Like I said, we should have a smooth ride. Just a lot of headwinds.
Alpha Cross Clipper at and maintain 12,000.
Looks good. No bouncing.
3003.
Nice and solid. We'll go ahead and throw the seatbelt sign off now.
3003, pack 9.
Okay, we are burning center tank here. We got 92.13.1. We'll do a burn check.
Lurch at and maintain 14,000. The Harrisburg altitude is 3002.
Lurch 14,000, 3002, 917.
Ah, boy. Turn off the floods here. Panel lights coming off. Probably need those again when we get to close to Nashville. But you guys, you should see that video coming out. That's going to be, hopefully I can release that to you. I'm thinking Sunday, maybe Monday, right around there. It'll be released next week. It's going to be on the Flight Sim Broadcasting Network. Obviously, I talk about an accident that happened with the Delta MD-80 flying into LaGuardia. It was pretty gnarly. But hopefully that video provided you, one, entertainment, two, you learned something. So that's kind of what my hope was when we produced that. And I'm already starting on another one. And it's going to take me all month to do it. So the whole month of December, I'm producing this video. It just takes a long time to do, to get together, to get all the shots you need. You know, you got to research it. There's a lot of crap that goes on.
Sorry, who's trying to call?
Boy.
And we would like to distance more.
So,
Lendy at and maintain flow level 190.250 knots.
Let's go ahead and bring up the, I'm going to bring up the weather for BNA. And if you can do that here in the chat, I don't know if anybody's there.
Yeah, it's 1470, contact Potomac 126.1.
126.1, yeah, 1470.
Yeah, it's 1786, contact Potomac approach 126.1.
126.1, United 1786.
I think we go hashtag METAR, right?
36 cross Sarah at and maintain flow level 200.
Don't we do like a hashtag METAR thing, or is it slash METAR?
At or maintain flow level 200 for 2136.
I forgot what it was.
GPS 3026, New York Center.
In the chat, if you go slash METAR, I forgot how you do it. Does anybody know how to do this again? It's MET AR, maybe?
JetBlue 1206, contact New York approach 12812.
Is it like this?
12812 for 1206, thank you.
I don't know if it's going to do it. It's something like that, but maybe it's not.
It's
definitely not that.
Center 11987.
11987,
Yeah, on the cruise.
New York Center, FedEx 16, heavy for level 300.
I forgot how it goes, you guys, to get the METAR report. It's something like that. Is it hashtag METAR? Dang it, now I'm going to have to look.
New York Center, Southwest 1441, flight level 27.
South 1441, New York Center, good evening. And just for your planning purposes, we're going to put you on the the J Fund to arrival. So you can just load that up. Expect it from, I load it from Ponset, but you might expect a shortcut here in a little bit.
All right, we'll load the J Fund to from Ponset for Southwest 1441.
All right, so
UPS
let's
3026, is that you checking in?
Yes.
UPS 3026, climb and maintain flow level 400.
400 for UPS 3026.
Okay, 0.76. We'll do a burn check over Lancaster. It looks like we're going to be Lancaster 117.3. I'm going to put that here.
Approach 119.7.
There we go. Lancaster is going to be pulling up on nav 2, VOR number 2. You can see 16 miles away from Lancaster, and it's a solid cloud. I got an aircraft coming in. Looks like he's higher than us. We're at 32,000, so I'm sure he is higher.
Delta 673, contact Cleveland 119.87.
119.17, Delta 673.
They shut the runway down for plowing, Shelton. That's kind of why.
Lurch at and maintain 14,000.
So
the Harrisburg altitude is 3002.
What happened was on this, they shut down the runway because of the snow.
Takeoff for United 1157.
I got that traffic high. You see him high above the window right there?
Cross lurch at and maintain 14,000.
There he is
Cross
right
lurch
there.
at
He's coming
maintain
over the top.
14,000,
We'll probably get him.
1157.
No factor. He's way high. I don't even think I got him on the TK.
All right,
He is
Southwest 1441
7,100
cleared to
feet.
Boston Logan Airport via direct Ponset. Join the J Fund 2 arrival.
Go direct to Ponset, join the J Fund 2 arrival, Southwest 1440.
So why we're so low is because you can look at 94 knots on the nose right now. If we climb any higher, we're going to be hitting
5309 cross Clipper at and maintain
100, 105,
110.
110. Oh, thank you.
3003.
Alright, Clipper at 12,000, American.
So that's why, Shelton, that's why they closed. They closed that one runway to plow it, to treat it. They did treat it correctly. They plowed it correctly. The problem was they started stacking the arrivals up in holds because they had to clear the runway, right? So dispatcher, the captain thought the airport was closed and didn't really think that the runway was closed until later in the flight. And then he's like, oh, okay. You know, they didn't have to hold. They set the hold up in the FMC. They were ready to go, and then they said,
yeah, 1157.
nope, the hold, you don't have to hold. We're open again for arrivals. Fly this heading. So I'm telling you, if I was a cat, I would have done the same thing. I would have flown in there. You have an MD-80 that just flew in, reported good, of course.
1441, thanks for
but
contact the center on 124.12. Have a good night.
The margins were tough.
Center 124.12, Southwest 1441, have a good night.
Okay, over Lancaster, let's go ahead and take a look at the paperwork.
Hello, JetBlue 9014, flight level 390.
I'm going to do this with you here. We'll pull it up. All right, let's take a look at a release.
New York Center radar contact, and that'll be 50 miles northeast of Lancaster, and expect a reroute here in a moment.
That's about, that guy is above us.
For reroute.
All right, let's try that again. All right. Come
26.
on. There we go. Okay, we're over at Lancaster.
Who's calling?
UPS 3026 for radio check.
26.5.
Thank you.
So I'm going to write that down here.
Turn left heading 020 and let me know when you're ready for the reroute.
Left turn 020, we'll call you in about
So there's 26.5. We have about an hour and 46 minutes to go.
Approach,
and we're looking at 4 minutes. Say that again. Who was that?
All right, JetBlue 914, we're ready for reroute.
JetBlue 1914 cleared to Boston Logan Airport via direct Ponset, Papa, Oscar, November,
right, so
Charlie
it's going to be 2 minutes from the next one. Ready? 3, 2,
all right, JetBlue 914, we're clear to Boston via direct Ponset, then the J-Flight 2 arrival, JetBlue 914.
Set. Here we go. 2 minutes to flirt.
Read that correct.
And we're going to say we came in at 1955.
12, flight level 320.
Yeah, 2112 New York Center. Good evening.
Okay, so while we're there at 1955, you can see that. We're going to do 2 minutes, and then we should hit this
approach 119.7.
flirt.
927 American 5309.
So far, our fuel burn's okay at 26.2. We're a few 100 pounds above burn, which is good. That's where we want to be. This aircraft, we should hit flirt about 2 minutes in. When we come over there, we are going to set our data. I'm going to do that after we just do this burn check. So hopefully that makes sense, Shelton, with the whole situation with the LaGuardia shutdown. And you folks, so if you haven't seen the video yet, you will. There's 1 minute to go, and we should get there. We're about 6 miles before we hit flirt. Once we hit flirt, then we know we're pretty much on target. According to the winds, we should be about 96 knots. We have 92 knots, pretty much straight down the center of the 25260. So pretty much exactly what we see on our paperwork, just slightly lower on the headwind, which we'll take at this point. All right, we are 4 miles to
Center,
flirt.
Blue Streak 683, flight level 333.
We should hit it at 57. 1957
Blue Streak
Zulu.
683, New York Center, good evening.
All right, so we are passing.
With you, 340.
We're going to be into Washington's airspace. DC is online. I don't know which one we're going to go to. So there's 2 different frequencies there.
Riptide 5803, contact Washington Center 13372. Have a good night.
Okay, 133.72. We'll see you. Thanks for the services. 133.72. That's the one. Okay, so 133.72. We had 2 minutes, and then we were over flirt, so that's good on the clock. You know, we're doing all right there. Let's go ahead and set this over. 133.72 now. If I could find the button that gets me to the pedestal, we'll be in good shape. 133.72. So it's going to flip this over here. 133.72.
left approach, runway 33 left. Runway 33 right. Departing runway 28. 33er. Notices to air mission. Simultaneous approaches are being conducted.
Okay, 133.725. Raj, let's call him up. DC, isn't it?
Delta 6160, you're with me, correct?
Washington Center.
Roger, Delta 6160 here with you. Thank you.
Hang on. Washington Center, Riptide 5803, checking in 320.
Riptide 5803, Washington Center, hello.
Okay, so we're checked in, good to go. All right. Shelton says, what was the speed when the plane landed? They were on ref, man. Like I said, the captain nailed it. He nailed reference. He nailed the touchdowns. I mean, he put this airplane down right at the 500-foot mark. I mean, right there. Maybe it was like 510 feet. So he was red over red the whole way. He was just doing a duck under for sure. And that saved their butts.
ZAP 350 Washington Center, hello, Columbia, flight level 360.
So he was right on ref, touchdown right on ref, perfect.
I don't know why I'm telling you to climb flight level 360. You're just a hello.
Yeah, so one interesting thing about this is the spoilers didn't pop up. The spoilers didn't deploy, right? So he had it set to auto, it was armed, but he touched down. It was a nice touchdown. It wasn't too hard. It wasn't too soft either. It was medium, but the spoilers didn't come up. So the FO looked over and he pulled the spoilers for him. And then the captain was just laser focused on keeping the airplane on the runway. And the problem was the airplane started drifting off the runway. So, you know, the problem is with the MD-80, folks, they're telling how they do this. You see the reversers here, these 2 knobs. Well, these 2 knobs, when you pull the reversers, you pull them up. It's not like a 7.3 where you pop them out of a gate, and it's this kind of same thing. You wait, and then you pull. Okay, the 7.3 has a couple of detents. You pop it out, that's idle reverse. Every aircraft has that. And then when you do that, you go up. Now, the MD-80, you're supposed to pop it, and then 1 knob up. 1 knob. You tell me that distance. What is that? Is that an inch? Is that 2 inches? Is that 4 inches? No human's going to do that under that high intense load. It's impossible. And that's kind of what I was getting at there. It's like it's not even close to being accurate. The poor guy didn't have a chance. I wonder if he didn't have reversers at all. Could they calculate what reversers would do versus what they wouldn't do? Do you need them? Very tight margins in the MD-80 for sure. Shelton says, in your opinion, what would you do differently, if anything? The only thing that I would have done differently is before we left the gate, I would have briefed the crew, and this might have happened. I don't know. We don't have the CVR. I don't have the voice recorder. But one thing I would have done was brief the crew and say, hey, look, we're flying in LaGuardia. It's snowing. Chances are we're not going to get in there. If we have to bug out and go to alternate, we're going to go to our alternate. So plan on the alternate. The alternate is in Albany. It's beautiful weather there. It's nothing like it is in LaGuardia. So we can make that decision. And if the margins are too tight, then we're just going to bug out.
Washington Center, United 1282 is climbing to flight level 19,000.
I mean, you got to understand, That's what I would have done, and I would have also briefed. And this is a
1282, Columbia team flight
Delta
level
problem.
300.
They should have put in their briefing. Every briefing that is done, whoever the pilot monitoring is, they're going to have to watch the EPR, right? So the briefing should be like, okay, let's go through the briefing, and then when we land, we're going to pull 1.3. If I go over 1.3, it's your job to keep him at 1.3 or lower.
Uniform contact New York Center 125.
That's it.
15.32, November 735 uniform.
That's what I would have done differently. Just briefed it and said 1.3 on the EPR. And
18.82, United 1283, good night.
all right, we got Martinsburg coming up here. It's about 32 miles away from the VOR right here. You can see right there. That's Martinsburg VOR. And I'm just going to go ahead and increase that. Looks like we got some cloud coming up. We're negative 20, so we might have to get into this.
7 Romeo Papa at 14,000.
I got to throw on the engine anti-ice. Engine anti-ice coming in. We're going to go system alpha this time.
118.82.
118.12, 7 Romeo Papa.
118.82.
118.82, 7 Romeo Papa.
Let's take a look at the icing. If we start icing up on our wipers, and we'll go ahead and throw the. It looks pretty thin though, folks. We'll be out of here in a minute. But if we start icing up, we'll kick on the airfoil, and then we'll either climb out of here or we'll climb out of here. I don't want to climb because it's just really high. So that's kind of what I would have done. I also would have put in personal margins, like if we have positive 200 feet, I probably wouldn't land. You would set your personal margin. My personal margins are 500. It's 500 or below, we're not going to go. Something like that. 200-300 feet. Again, it's when Delta does the calculation, they already factor in a 15% margin of error. So you've got that 15% pad already. And they did simulation on this, right? So after it was done, the NTSB fired up the sim. They got the exact conditions, the friction coefficient, landed the aircraft. Every time the airplane landed, it stopped. So it's not like it was. It's not like it's it was. I shouldn't say it was on the edge. It was not. It was. The margins were tight, right? It's doable. You can land, but you got to be on your. You got to stick the landing, and you got to know what you're doing with the reverser. So once you pull over that 1.3, you're done. You can lose direction of control, which they did. They pulled that high on that left engine at 2.06 or something on the left engine, which caused them to go harder left on the reverser. So they had a lot of things working against them. One thing I would have done, though, is I would have asked for 4. They probably would have laughed at me. But I don't want a quartering tailwind in LaGuardia in snow. So I would have said, hey, can we get runway 4? Can you sequence this in for 4? Like I said, they probably would have laughed at us, but whatever. Yeah. Make that part of the modules, yeah. Okay, so should make that part of your training and see how the incoming pilots handle the sex engine. Yeah, exactly right. And I think the Mad Dog, like this aircraft, if you pull. I need to do that. I need to, when we land, folks, I want you to look at the EPR, okay? So the engine pressure ratio gauge, when we land, that should not go over 1.6 EPR on the landing. So if we pull more than 1.6, what I'm going to end up doing is contacting the dev team, and saying, hey, limit the landing EPR to 1.6. That would be cool. And then if it's wet, can you click a button and say 1.3? So when you pull max, you're only going to get 1.3 EPR or something like that. That would be fun. I don't know if they can do that, but that would be pretty neat. Yeah, make it part of the modules. That would be fun, wouldn't it? We're kind of in the crap here, huh? A little bit. Kind of those high-level clouds. I am waiting, folks, for a graphics card. I got the entire new computer ready to go. Well, it's in boxes. I haven't done anything yet. I'm waiting for the dang GPU, and that's like $1 bazillion. So I'm trying to get it at MSRP. I don't want to spend $1 bazillion on a stupid graphics card. I'm going for a 4090 So I've got to wait a little bit to get my hands on one of those puppies. But I'm not stupid about it, right? I'm looking and making sure. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm not spending $1 bazillion on a dumb graphics card. That's not gonna happen. So I'm keeping my eyes peeled for a good deal on a 4090. So hopefully, when we get that, I'll build the computer so you guys on the YouTube members and our patrons will be able to see the build. So I'm going to kind of do unboxing, and then I'll set the phone up and just kind of put one component in at a time and kind of document the build. So you can kind of see how that is. It should be fun. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, hey, I hope the one thing, Shelton, is I hope that it was entertaining, right? You were entertained by the video. That's one of the things. And number two, I think a lot of the general folks would like it too. That's kind of what I'm hoping for, is you get more people that into the channel. And I'll keep producing that kind of content. I'll just do that. I can't do it a lot, though. Once a month, I think, is going to be sufficient because of what needs to go into it. I have a month to study, really, and to get it produced. It takes a good 4 weeks just to do that. So that's not working on it every day, but it's working on it for, a few hours a week or something like that. Did I just lose comms? Because it just went quiet. All right, so we're heading down to Eddy, E-Y-T-E-E, Etty, and we have approximately, let's see, folks, let's see what we got here. BNA is reporting 466 miles, so we're getting close to Nashville. Let's go ahead and let's pull up the weather. So I was talking about the Nashville weather. Let's see what we've got on the ATIS, and let's see what we're going to do here. All right, ATIS is reporting 10 miles visibility. Absolutely beautiful there so far. Scattered clouds at 13, temperature 15, dew point 13. I expect that to come up a little bit, the dew point, or the temperature to drop. Altimeter 295. Looks like ILS departing runway 20 left, runway 20 right in use, departing runway 20 center. Clearance frequency 121.9. Notices to air missions. Runway 31's closed. Bravo 2 closed. Bravo 1 closed. Tango 3 is closed. BNA VORs out of service. All runway visual range equipment out of service. Runway bird activity in vicinity of the airport. Use extreme caution. Runway 20 left, conditions code 555. Bing! Everybody that watches the video that's going to release this weekend, you'll know what that means now. 555. What does that mean? Touchdown. Right? Touchdown, mid, and rollout. We got 555, so it's good. Not dry, so we're going to plan on a wet runway there. 555. We never have to question now because of this accident. That has come out. So now, as a flight crew, you never have to go, what's the braking action? Now I just can look at the ATIS and at the NOTAMs and go, oh, it's 555. We got good braking. So now I could plan accordingly with brakes good. Braking good, right? Isn't that interesting? Because of that accident, now that has changed, which is really cool. Runway 20 center, condition code 555. 220 right, condition code 555. So it means it's good straight across. And south terminal ramp control open. We've got that. So we're looking at a few things. I want to make sure that we don't have... Let's see what we've got here. This is our tracker so far. It looks like we're going to be maybe on our own once we pass... we're right here, by the way. Once we pass center, looks like we're going to be on our own, folks, into Nashville. No ATC yet into Nashville. That might change. But you can see something is going on up here. So what's going on in the Northeast? Is there FNO, Friday Night Ops, into New York or Boston? Something's going on. I don't know. But anyway, the weather looks great so far. TAF report, they're expecting the weather to drop temporarily from 02 to 06. So 06 Zulu, that's going to be probably a few hours. I think we'll miss it. We do have enough gas to get us there. We'll do a burn check at Eddie, if that's good. Folks, pretty quiet in the chat. What's going on here?
7 through 15,000 for 17,000.
It's pretty stable. We're actually.
Washington Center, hello, climate tape level 380.
Zipper 80 for S5.
We're not really picking up any ice. I don't see any ice that is developing on the airframe, which is good. We do have the engine anti-ice on, unfortunately. We can maybe climb out of here, but again, if we do, we're going to be eating headwinds, and a lot of them real strong up at altitude. So I kind of want to stay this lower altitude a little bit just to kind of get us there.
Center, this is Southwest 4288 with you at 11,700 feet.
Southwest 4288.
Christopher
Center,
says.
hello, maintain 17,000.
I'm chilling, just listening to you. Okay.
17,000, 4288.
I guess that's good, right? Radio show maybe. Some news. I don't know if you guys heard, but I think we talked about it on the last stream. But news out of Navigraph. Navigraph has released the sectional charts, which is really cool. I think I showcased this on the flight coming down into Puerto Vallarta on Wednesday. But what we have is pretty neat. So right now you got IFR high. I'm just going to get rid of this. And if I click this right here, you can toggle FAA sectionals, which is super cool. Now I've got it zoomed out, so I'm just going to turn the weather radar off here. And you can see now it drew a line, and we can dive down all the way into this, and we can see Wardensville we're passing. We've got Kessel VOR up ahead. This is so cool how they did this. The devs did a phenomenal job with this. Really cool stuff. You can have that right here, and then you could swap it back if you wanted to our VFR charts. There's the Navigraph chart right there. And then it just kind of declutters it a little bit if you were thinking we're next to I-80. By the way, we did have a takeoff alternate today, which was in this airport, actually, Dulles. Dulles was our takeoff airport, or takeoff alternate, I would say. So we're past there. It's good. You always want to take off alternate. Now I probably would have went a little closer, 50 nautical miles or so. But we're good. We're past that. The airplane's working okay. We've got Charleston VOR 117.4. If the crap hits the fan between now and there, that's a good place to land. That's a good. We have operations there, that's why. So if we had an issue, we can always divert to Charleston. It's a tight runway. It's really nasty. I had to look at the weather before I even decided to do that, but I would want to kind of go there. Roanoke is just to the south of that right here as well. So you have Charleston, and then Roanoke's right around here. It's another airport we service. So we do have services at these two airports that we could fly to if we had to. Pretty neat. Have any of you used the VFR sectionals yet in your flying? How about the new Ranger jerseys? Shelton, I did see that. Those were really cool. Delta should have their pilot simulate that accident and see who would pass. Yeah. Well, they got rid of the dang airplane, didn't they? So they don't have to worry about it anymore. But, yeah. It's cool. Pretty neat stuff, though, folks. We have really cool stuff coming out of Navigraph. If you're not a subscriber of Navigraph, yeah, you really ought to be. Just amazing. You get the value.
Requesting to step down to flight level 320.
The value for your buck is truly amazing. What you get from here is really cool. Let's take a look at BNA while we're here. Let's plan on something, and then we'll do a burn check. Let's do a burn. Actually, let's do a burn check first. How's that?
Contact Atlanta Center 132.907.
13297, West 13382. Have a good one.
Okay, so Charleston or Collins is coming up right here. I'm going to take a peek. It looks like Collins is should have 23.8 on the fuel when we pass there. So 23.8. We're burning about 200 over. We're burning 200 under,
Walker 15,
which is
20
good.
descent via Philbo, 3 arrival, Newark altimeter 3004.
So 23.8. We're looking at.
I believe I'll get the Roebuck 3 in.
We're looking at an hour, 19 minutes to go.
Walker 738, descend via the Roebuck 3 arrival, Newark
when we pass the Collins
Roebuck 3, Walker
waypoint, we'll do a. I'll do a wind check right now. The wind check is looking at 87 knots, about 250 maybe, 255. So I'm going to say 255 degrees at
Washington Center, good evening.
87. So we're already forecasted at 93. We're at 87. So that's good. We'll take that. We'll actually program our descent winds too. So when we pass Collins, we could do a time check, and it's going to be about 8 minutes till we get to our next waypoint, all right, which is right here. So we've got from Collins to, looks like Perks, should be 8 minutes. We'll start the clock then.
908, Papa, you back?
It looks like we'll get there about 2018, so we're ish. The new Ranger jerseys, Shelton, were pretty cool. There are new alternate jerseys, so you've got the big Ranger logo with kind of a modern stripe, if you will, on the sleeve. So I thought it was all right. I think they're cool. Are they going to showcase those tomorrow? I don't know. We'll see how that goes. All right. We're almost so close to Collins here, 5 nautical miles away. 2018, looks like we'll hit that at 2018, just right around there. Once we hit Collins, we're going to start getting into the descent portion. We'll kind of queue it up. We just hit the station. Well, I shouldn't say it's not a station. It's a waypoint. We have 2 nautical miles to go. We've been an hour already en route. And we are passing it over 2019, folks. So I'm going to write that in there. 2019 Zulu over Collins. So if we add that.
Walker 2791, contact Atlanta Center 132.907. Walker 2791, contact Atlanta Center 132.907.
Maybe it's 27, so, and it's not going to be 27, it's going to be
Walker 2791, it was all static, 132.907.
So we're looking at 27, yeah, you were right. We should cross the station at
807, contact Cleveland Center on 125.42.
Okay, so let's, I just wrote it down instead of, what do you think, Shelton, about the new jerseys? Do you like them? And guys, you don't know what we're talking about, look it up. Look, like, type in the new Ranger jersey.
Good evening, Washington Center, American 25, checking in, flight level 1990.
Oh, man.
American 25, Washington Center, hello, climb and maintain flight 370.
370, American 25.
Washington Center, Meridian, November 6, Papa's back. Thank you.
908, Poppy, contact Atlanta Center New York Center 132.907.
If we could do it, let's do 20 right, and I'm going to show you.
Center at 13277.
We'll plan it together. How's that?
For the ATC design.
Negative 125.32.
125.32. I was way off.
Have a good one.
They're going to dump us off soon here, folks.
Washington
I think
Center, U.S. Air 2112, flight level 320. Good evening.
I think we're on our own.
Good Air 2112, Washington Center, hello.
Can we get 20 right, please? Ah, yes, we can. 20 right is the runway I want. 7,700 feet. But we could roll all the way out to the end on Alpha 2 or Alpha 1, and then we're going to be on the South Cargo ramp tonight or this afternoon. And that'll be good for us. We could do that. We got approximately 21:26, so just about an hour to go.
16.5 to cross Briggs at 14,000.
American 1123, Washington Center, hello. Cross iRocket at 9,000, Philly altimeter 3004.
Okay, these are coming off.
iRocket at 9,000, 3004, American 1123.
Systems off there. We're pretty stable, folks. We're not getting bounced around. We got nice smooth air so far. Not too shabby. Looking great. This is a turnaround, by the way.
American
the Rangers will play
the
them, and then we turn around and fly right home. So right after the game tomorrow, we'll go home. I'll probably film that. That'll be released. It'll be just, you'll kind of see the takeoff and landing. I'll film it for our patrons and our members.
An American 25, turn right, heading 090, vectors first facing.
All right, turn right heading 390, vector first facing, American 25.
American 25, negative 090 on the heading 090.
Heading 0900, American 25.
Oh, 1345, out with you at 5,000 for direct Bowsy currently for Delta 1345.
All right, Charleston 1174. We're going to dial that up.
1345, Washington Center, hello, climb and maintain flight level 250.
250 for Delta 1345.
Okay, 97 miles to Charleston VOR, and that's going to be Charleston, West Virginia. Charleston, Shelton, you say it's just a darker version of the home jersey. Yeah, it is, but you've got the big crest on there, right? The Rangers crest on there. It doesn't say the Rangers are crossed.
American 1123, contact Philly approach 132.17. Frequency one more time.
The 10th versus the Kings? Okay, cool.
132.17.
Neat. All right, we're going to get into
132.17 for American 1123. Yes, sir, right.
Indianapolis. Are they online? I don't know if Indy is on. Doesn't look like Indianapolis is on. They are not, so we are on our own. And let me just make sure that BNA is not on as well. Nope. So it looks like we're going to be on our own once they dump us off, which is going to be shortly. You know, I think we're going to get a handoff here to go 122.8 in about 3 to 4 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set this 122.8 right now. Just kind of get this preset ready to go. Looking good. All right. Pull the camera up a little bit. And then I'll do one thing, kind of zoom out. Just kind of kick back, relax. Not too shabby.
American 25, turn right heading 170.
We're going to get into the descent here soon. All right, Perk's coming over at 2026. Estimating right now we're at 2025. We've got about 9 miles to go. So we're pretty much right on it, folks. We're on time, is what I'm saying. We're exactly where we need to be in terms of timing and stuff like that. So that's good. We're on time. That's good to know. Doesn't really matter in a charter, but it's good to know that we're on time. 361 miles to go. Top of descent here is coming up.
88, contact New York Center 125.32.
Once he dumps us off, we're going to do some descent planning.
4288, thank you.
And I'll show you a briefing.
Continue that right turn, direct Ross.
Shelton, they'll wear it December 15th, 23rd, January 14th, 26th, February, March. Wow, on the 23rd home game. Cool. It's good to know. That's good stuff. All right, we're at Perks, 3 nautical miles.
Washington Center, very good evening. American 1776 crossing Briggs at 14,000.
American 1776, Washington Center, hello. Cross iRocket at 9,000, the Philly altimeter 3004.
Cross iRocket at 9,000, 3004, American 1776.
Washington Center, good evening. Southwest 732, crossing 21,000 feet on our way to flight level 320.
A lot of 320s.
American 5th,
because of those winds.
20 contact, New York Center 125.32.
2532, Walker 1520.
I'm sorry, who was the other one calling?
Southwest 732, we are passing 22,000 feet on our way to flight level 320.
Southwest 732, Washington Center, hello, climb maintain level 360.
Climbing level 360, Southwest 732.
American 25, climb and maintain flight level 370.
370, American 25.
Washington Center, Sam 451, 7,000 for flight level 210.
Sam 45, Washington Center, hello, climb maintain flight level 380.
Climb maintain flight level 380, Sam 45.
Delta 420, descend via the Corey 4 arrival to LaGuardia, altimeter 3004.
What did I want to do, folks? I said
20
right.
Yeah, I did say 20 right. Altimeter 3004, Delta 420.
American 1776, contact Philly, approach on 132.17.
132.17, American 776, thank you.
Let me see something. I'm going to check VNA just to take a look to see if we can get, if it's advantageous to do an RNAV or something. The visibility is great. I mean, it's 10 miles of visibility. There it is.
Indianapolis Center's offline. Frequency change approved. Have a safe flight, sir.
Hey, thanks for the services. We'll see ya. Riptide 5803. All right, let's going to dump this off. 122.8. Here we go. Done. All right, now let's go and do some planning. I want to see them win their first game before I give. Yeah, I want to see them wear it their first game before I give my opinion. I gotcha. All right, let's go and pull the chart up. We're going to do some descent planning. I know we're about 300 nautical miles away, but it's a good idea to check this out. You can see right here what we're looking at. We've got the Paisley 4 arrival. We're going to be doing the Grote transition, which kind of gets us up here. We got to be above 23,000 at Grote. Then we're going to come down to Paisley between 20 and 12. So I don't want to do anything just yet because we're going to go ahead and set this to mud, and then we're going to kick it over here. And you can see it kind of throws us way out over here. So it's not really advantageous for us to do an RMP approach unless we were coming in from the south and then we can button hook it in. So it really doesn't matter. I think the best thing for us to do would be the ILS. It's going to be pretty much straight in anyway. We're not going to get any. We're not going to save any time doing an RMP. Is what I'm saying. And the ILS is going to give us a little more accuracy, a little lower on the visibility, the minimums. So I'm going to elect to do the ILS 20 right. And I do want the 20 right. It's 555, so we have good braking on that runway. So I'm just going to go ahead and click this down here. And then I'm going to add the 20 right into the saving, the chart. It's called the pin board down there. And we're going to go Herky transition. And I'm just going to click that in there. And I'll show you on the FMC what I'm doing. So you can see we're going to go 20 right, Herky transition. Everything is good there. I'm just going to click execute. We're going to go to our legs page and take a look. We've got HVQ, which is set, right? So we're going to go HVQ, then Spade, then Yoki. Then we're going to come down to Grote, and Paisley, then dang. Oh, sorry, crap. Okay, you see it's going to go crap, whatever. Dang, body, mud. That is correct. Went from mud, we've got vectors, and we'll get vectors over to Herky, and then Herky in. Now, the altitude restrictions that we have to adhere to, we've already got mud set at 6,000 feet. We've got 10,000 and above over there. And you can see the rest is good. Let's go click route data. I'm going to go to descent page right here. And we're going to go click forecast. And we're going to enter the winds and the descent winds. It's just going to help the aircraft kind of calculate the FMC, calculate the descent winds for us a little bit. So it's just going to help us be a little more efficient on the descent. So let's type in 300. Now you don't have to fill all of these out. I'm just going to go 30,000. We'll go ahead and again at 24. And then 18,000. That should do it for us. Okay, so those three are set. Everything else is pretty gravy. It's almost all good to go. We got 250 at 99. So that's our first waypoint. We're going to slash 99. We're going to put that in the scratch pad and dump it over here. And then we're going to go ahead and 240 at 80. 240 slant 80. All right, we'll dump that over there. And then we're going to do flight level 180. 250 at 66. We'll dump that over there. Okay, that's all set. We're good on that. Let's go ahead and click the prog page again, and you can see we got about 318 nautical miles to go before we do that. Now let's pull the chart up again, and I'll show you kind of what we're going to expect. And then we're going to go over everything I just said. Basically, we're going to go over again to make sure that it's okay. Wonder what Pops thinks about the jersey. I don't know if he saw him yet. We'll have to ask him. He might be on. He might not be. I don't know. Getting to his time here. All right, 23,000 groat. So let's go next page. Go legs page. We've got groat here. Groat should be below 23,000. This is 26.5. Excuse me, above. We should be above. Below 20,000 between Paisley and 12. The range is 12,000 to 20,000. That's good. Above at 23, we're fine. Over Groat. Then we've got Paisley, Carap, 10,000 above. We've got body at between 12 and 7. That's set. 250 on the speed. That's good. Then we got mud at 6,000 hard altitude. 250 on the speed. Then it kicks us out, and then we get vectors. So good to go. Let's go ahead and pull up the approach plate now into runway 20 right. That's just going to help us plan. Like, you never want to be surprised when you fly, folks. You always want to plan ahead. Plan early if you can. Figure it out. It's always a good idea to do this. All right. The ATIS 135-1, if we had an ATIS, we're just going to use our digital one. We'll be good to go with that. From there, we're going to do the Nashville. Looks like Nashville approach to the radar. West is 119.35. We're coming in from the east. 118.4. Towers 118.6. Ground 121.9. Localizer is going to be 111.3. Our final approach course 201 to Opry. And then we've got the ILS is 778 feet for the decision altitude. We're looking at 200 feet for decision height. In this particular case, the weather over at BNA right now, folks, is 8 minutes. We have a special, which can't be good. We have 10 miles visibility, broken clouds at 1,300. That's pretty good. 16 over 13, 29.96. Looks great. What was the special? 20 left, 20 right is in use, departing runway 20 center. So everything looks good. We've still got a 555 code, so we've got good straight across. All right. We'll plan on that coming over the top here. Looks like a missed approach, climb 1200, then climbing right turn, so up, then right turn over to 4000 on heading 300 outbound on the BNA VOR 270. So we'll go ahead and drop in BNA on our VOR 2 on 114.1, and then we will obviously use our frequency of 111.3. MSA is 3,100 feet from the BNA VOR. All right. We're looking at Herky 4,000 feet. At Hickory 4,000 feet. Let's just see. Hickory's 4,000. I'm going to make that hard altitude, 4,000 feet in the FMC. I'm going to drop that in there now. And then I'll execute that. Just letting it know at 4,000 feet we'll be good to go. We'll start obviously getting flaps out by then. And by that time, it looks like 4,000 feet. We can drop down to 2,000 feet over Opry. Or Opry. The Grand Opry, I guess. And then we'll start our descent. And actually, I'm going to this airport in about 2 months. For real. So I'm scheduled to fly out there. It'll be fun. Looks like a normal 3-degree glide slope straight across. The PAPI is out. I believe we had a couple of NOTAMs there. We'll take a look at the NOTAMs while we're at it, just in case if we have any issues or any concerns. So let's go to the airport again. We're going to go to information, NOTAMs, and just take a look. Future. Effective the 7th, effective the 3rd, the 3rd. The 2nd will be today. ILS 2 left is unusable. ILS, BNA nav. Wait a minute. ILS nav, BNA navigation, ILS runway 20 right is unusable. What? Okay, the ALS for 20 right is unusable. So it's in 18 minutes this is going to go active. And I don't know if it's because they shut it down for the night. They probably closed this runway down. We are not going to simulate that because I think that's what they're doing there. It's 0400 Zulu. They'll shut it down. We're not operating 0400 Zulu. We're simulating our normal time, which is in the afternoon. So we'll consider that opened. Yeah, that's what it is. They just shut that runway down for the night. That's why. I'm like, what the crap? What are you guys doing? Now that's all that is. Okay. That would be bad. Because that's what they're saying. ILS approach 20 left, 20 right is in use. So it's not like it's out of service. It will be unusable in 4 minutes when they close the runway. That's probably why. So like almost 11 o'clock at night, so they're not getting that traffic. They don't need that airport, that runway open. That's why they do it. All right, take a look at this. ILS, if we had to go, we're going to plan on it just in case the weather just drops on us and gets really crappy. 778 on the feet. We'll plan 200 feet there. We've got full ALS. If the ALS was out, which is the approach landing lights, we'll consider 4,000 RVR. It's 3/4 mile. Beautiful. I mean, it's 10 degrees. It's 10 miles visibility with broken clouds at 1,300. Not a problem. It's going to be great. Be visual conditions when we pop out of that, and then we'll just take it in. All right. Any questions? That's kind of how we'll approach this thing. Do you have any questions? Please speak now if you do. All right, we're just at Charleston VOR. Everything looked good with the aircraft. We are in West Virginia. If you're wondering where the heck we are, that's where we are. Good old West Virginia, and 240 nautical miles top of descent. What do you folks want to see on the channel? Is there anything that you'd like to see in the future? Please let me know. This is a good time to tell me. Kind of quiet now. It's real nice at the cruise. Just kind of skimming those clouds. Call it cloud surfing. Just right over the tops of them. It's a pretty livery, I got to tell you. Pretty aircraft. And just before top of descent, I'm going to actually hit the lav before we start our descent. What do we got here? Are you on VATSIM? Yes, I am. And welcome to the channel. Is it Kerm? Yeah, we're on VATSIM. Our call sign's, what is our call sign? Riptide 5803 is our call. Yes, we are on VATSIM. We usually, when we do stream like this, we go on VATSIM almost all the time. Every flight we do, pretty much. And you know, VATSIM's great. I mean, really, really good. It's free, and you get pretty darn good controllers. They're trained folks. So, I mean, I really like them. It's good stuff. I did want to look at, if we can, look what time is it? What do we got? 200 and... Let's take a look at the prog here again. We're looking at 266. That's at our destination. Top of descent is going to be 178 miles, so very quick. I wanted to look at the systems on the aircraft just for a minute. I wanted to see if we could pull up the hydraulic system. I want to show you that really quick. While we can, if I can, pull up the hydros on this aircraft. Kerm, do you go on VATSIM as well? Let us know. I'd like to know if you're on VATSIM. All right, here we go. Let's talk about this. No. Okay, let's open this up. We're going to do some study. How's that? You guys know I like to study. All right, we're talking about an MD-80 system schematic in the hydraulic system. We're going to talk about this for a few minutes. Let's say we have a right thrust reverser that goes crap on us. Let's just say we lose the right thrust reverser. Okay, so no more right thrust reverser. It's gone out. Okay, so we don't have any right thrust reverser. Is there anything, or let's say this. Let's say we lost the right system. Let's say the right hydraulic system's out. What do we lose? Okay, so we lose right thrust reverser. We lose left and right outboard spoiler. We lose rudder. Look at that. You have manual reversion here too. So this is an interesting thing going on. We lose rudder, but it's a dashed line that says manual reversion. And what does that mean, right? So you're going to have to look at what manual reversion is. We'll have to look at that. Obviously, we know what that is. It's kind of the same thing on the 737. When you lose hydraulic in the 7.3, you can go in manual reversion where you're operating the control surfaces yourself, which is hard to do, but you can do it, right? You lose right engine hydraulic pumps, so we know that's gone. You would lose right hydraulic system. Okay. Auxiliary hydraulic pump, you could have that here. That might be able to kick it on. Your power transfer unit would work. Okay, it would probably flip over. I know the 737 really well. Slats you wouldn't lose because they're both tied to the left and right system. We still would have flaps because they're both left and right. Ground spoilers, we're good there. What about our brakes? We have nose wheel steering still. That's good. Brakes and anti-skid, we'd be good to go. So we wouldn't lose any of that. The only thing we lose is the right reverser and the left and right outboard flight spoilers. But look over here. We still have the left and right inboard flight spoilers. So maybe we take a little bit of a landing penalty on that, but not too much. Landing gear, that's a problem. We would lose the landing gear, but we have free fall. Okay, so once you pop that extender, boom, it free falls into position. You hope, and you keep it there. Can't raise it at that point. It's down until you get down. And then we would lose the ventral stairway, which is in the back. No big deal. So that's pretty fun exercise to do in terms of what kind of systems we would lose. I do want to read about this manual reversion in the rudder, because there's a power option on the flight deck, actually. I'll show you where it is. It is going to be right here. Hey, Dewan, what's up? Pops, good night, son, and everybody. Dad, did you see the new Ranger jersey? Shelton wanted to know if you saw the new one. Their new alternates that they're going to wear. Okay, let's go up to here, and I want to look at... Okay. What you would want to do now from here is go to the QRH, and we can look at QRH. We're starting to get into the weather again. Dang it. Here comes the stupid. 97. We're almost there. Top of descent's coming up. Let's go on the overhead, and then we'll go ahead and calculate our performance. Engines coming on. 2 engine valves are open. They're good. And we're going to go ahead and throw this to System B. Watch that icing. See if we can we get some icing. We'll start throwing some heat on. Dewan says, finishing up the Caribbean trip, flying up to Miami now, then Tampa and back. Oh, that's cool. That's a good run. That's a good run. I love the Caribbean, man. The Caribbean flights are so much fun. I wish I could do that all the time. Let's fly our Caribbean flights. They're pretty fun to do that. Good stuff. Okay, I do want to talk about, before I completely get out of here, I do want to look at our QRH just for a minute, just to see what we could do with a hydraulic failure on the right side. So I'm going to just type in right, if I could type it in. Why aren't you working? You stupid thing. It don't like me today. I don't think this thing likes me any day. Dewan, how many hours you got now, bud? You're getting close. Dewan is on a mission. He's a man on a mission to get 100 hours at Coastal Airways so he could upgrade to captain, because we need about 5 or 6 captains. So we're offering that for our folks. It took me about a week to complete, but got to build them hours one way or the other. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. That's one way to get them flying. Somebody leapfrogged you. He's like, no, wait a minute. That can't happen. That's what I wanted to do. I want to just take... Nope, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to go over here. All right, let's look at the QRH. That's what I was doing. I was looking at QRH, looking at hydraulics. Coming to search. R-I-G-H-T. Right hydraulic. Let's see what we got here. Right hydraulic system loss. Isn't that perfect? NN06. NN means non-normal. There we go. What can we do? Let's see. So if we lost hydraulic system, this is the procedure. We would go, note if pressure is low, 0, but quantity is normal or increasing, accomplish hydraulic pressure low procedure first. Right engine hydraulic pump switch off. Okay. Aux transition hydraulic pump switches off. So we would go down there and do that. Then rudder power control, which is just on the pedestal panel here. We would put that to manual. Use normal approach speed, not less than 135 knots indicated airspeed until landing is shored. System status. Outboard spoiler panels are inoperative, which we read. Right thrust reverser will operate on accumulator pressure. So there's like a little tank that has just enough hydraulic to get the clamshells working. Prior to landing, do not use auto brakes or auto land. Use normal flap slat configuration when extending flaps and slaps on a single hydraulic system. Slow to not less than up retract VREV speed, 1.2 VS, and no more than 240 knots. Move flap slat handle directly to 15 in order to achieve maximum slat deployment in the event of a total hydraulic failure. Enter procedure. Let's see. If landing gear is not down and locked, accomplish the following. Gear extension. Airspeed max 300 knots, landing gear down. We would have to crank that gear down. Next page. Prior to taxiing. Okay, everything else is good to go, so once you landed. But that's an interesting, I like going through that because it keeps your mind active on, okay, what if we did lose a hydraulic system? And what if it was the right side? What would we do? Over John now. All right, so you're beating John? Because he's got, DeJuan and John have a race to 100 hours, I think. You got 74. You're getting there. Then me and John are going to fly out to the West Coast. That'll be good. I'm going to be mad if John gets to be captain with like 2 months with Coastal when it took me almost a year. By the way, DeJuan is talking about Coastal Airways. If you don't know, check us out, flycoastalairways.com. If you're looking for a very realistic airline or virtual airline that you want to be a part of, a good community, very close, trained folks. We are all trained. We go through extensive training to get on board. If you're willing to do that, if you're willing to put the time and effort into training and really learn, Indy Center's online. I was going to get up and go to the lab. I still can, but looks like Indy's online. 119.55. So everything we just did, we might have to throw out the window. We'll see. 119.55. 11, is it 119er? What did I say? 119550. I'll still ask for permission to get up. 119550. Here we go. Now, when we call them, we're going to have to figure out where the heck we are. So before you actually key them and say I'm here.
576 level 300.
Lexington 116.6.
Indy Center.
1026.
Ident.
Ident American 576.
Lexington is a VOR that we're trying to tune. Let's see if we can grab it. Doesn't look like it. It's probably a low.
Door.
Louisville 114.8. I doubt we can get that. That looks way far away. 114.8. 105 nautical miles to the east, southeast, to the southeast. Headed to Yaqui. All right, let me call him up. Indianapolis Center, Riptide 5803, flight level 320, 104 miles to the southeast of Louisville VOR.
Brickyard 8943, Indy Center, radar contact, and welcome.
That was Brickyard.
American 576, radar contact, step by. $23 miles east of Livingston, welcome.
Thank you very much, American 576.
Indy Center, US Air 2112.
US Air 2112, go ahead.
Yeah, 2 minutes off the deck for a purge and a refill.
US 2112, let me know when you're back.
Wilco, thanks.
We're not Brickyard. He didn't check me in. I'll have to call him again.
And Brickyard 8943, I was wanting you to check in because when I first started getting set up here, Atlanta was online, but they are offline now. So thanks for checking in and verifying your squawk. Radar services are terminated. Frequency change approved. Have a good flight into Atlanta today.
We're not Brickyard, so I'll have to call him again.
Brickyard 8943, radar services terminated. Frequency change approved. Good evening.
I think he's gone. Your dog's coming in. Hang on. You talking about your friend or your dog? I had to say it. I'm sorry, man. You opened the door. Give me a second. Indy Center, Riptide 5803. Microphone doesn't work.
Riptide 5803, Indy Center.
Yeah, we're checking in about 100, let's see here, 92 miles southeast of Louisville VOR over Yaqui intersection. Or Yoki. I don't know how you pronounce that.
And
Ryan, what's up?
Call sign?
It's Riptide 5803.
Oh, Riptide 5803, roger. Radar contact.
Roger. Indy Center, Riptide 5803. Can we step away for about 3 minutes? Hit the lav.
Riptide 5803. Let me know when you're back. Thank you.
Roger. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Captain off the bridge here. We got to get back because we got top of descent coming up.
Frequency change approved. Good evening.
I will be back.
All right, American 576, frequency change approved. Thanks for the company.
Thanks for checking in.
Indy Center, US Air 2112, back on flight deck.
US 2112, Indy Center, thanks.
Indianapolis Center, good evening, Southwest 625, flight level 350.
Southwest 625, Indy Center, welcome. I'll just take this as a handoff since you were talking to Chicago just a little while ago.
Copy that, Southwest 625.
Brickyard 8943, Indy Center.
All right, we're back. Let's see what we got here.
Indy Center, Brickyard 8943, 360.
Brickyard 8943, Indy Center. Atlanta is offline. Radar services terminated. Frequency change approved. Good evening.
Welcome aboard, Cam MD-80. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Ryan, hope you're doing well. How's it going with your computer? Sorry, I'm munching on a cookie. Man. By the way, I'm not going to tell you, but I think St. Bart's might be in the future of a Coastal Airways flight in the future.
Delta 2063, Indy Center, on frequency.
That would be awesome. Did a flight this morning in the USA Jet MD-88 SDF VIP. Broke out of 500. Nice. YIP, where's that? I'm not familiar with that. That's not.
Well, Center United 3992. We're holding short of runway 23 left, but if we need to do a new squawk code, then I understand.
United 3992, Indy Center. Thanks for checking in. Standby 1, let me double check that.
USA Jet's cool.
United 3992, verify squawking 2623.
Okay, we can do that now. Do that squawk one more time. Was that 2623?
United 3992, affirmative, 2623.
Okay, 2623, coming at you.
Willow Run, I gotcha. That's Willow Run Airport, cool. Indy Center, Riptide 5803, check it back in here.
Riptide 5803, Indy Center, thank you. And United 3992, let me know when you're ready for departure.
All right, United 3992 is ready for departure.
Memphis, is Memphis online? Shoot.
United 3992, wind is
Memphis is not online.
9, fly runway heading.
So it looks like we're going to be,
left, clear for takeoff.
Indy Center's not going to hand us in. We'll get dumped off.
United 3992.
We're going to get dumped off right about Grote. We're going to have to descend before that. So we'll see. Ryan says, I got back from work this afternoon, got supper, and now just getting, I hope my buddy doesn't hate me tomorrow when I go in for work. 5 hours and 50-minute flight tonight. Oh, man. So are you doing that right now, Ryan? A 5-hour, 50-minute flight?
Riptide 5803, across Grote at flight level 230.
Okay, we'll cross Grote, flight level 230. Riptide 5803. Legs page, Grote 230. Enter. Pink. Enter the data now. We're going to have to start our descent right now. 35 nautical miles. Here we go. So we're going to go altitude. I'm going to go ahead and drop down to 230 on this altitude set. And we're done. And we will want to do a descent now. So I'm going to go to descent page just a little bit, and then I'm going to click descent now and then execute. And it's going to start pushing us down about 1,000 feet a minute. And I'm going to call him up right now. Indy Center, Riptide 5803 out of flight level 320 for 230.
Riptide 5803, thank you.
Ryan says, getting on just now. I haven't even loaded up yet. Oh, well, after I'm done landing, I'll come and check you out and see how you're doing and say hi. I want to know where your first destination is going to be after your new build. That'll be fun to see. You're going to love it. Ryan just got a computer. He's going to be upgrading as well. Be awesome. Good stuff. Oh, by the way, folks, I don't know if you've seen it. Did you see on the news today? Some dude had a 9-foot book.
3992, Indy Center, radar contact, stay altitude passing.
Yeah, I'll come and wake you up.
All right,
a 9-foot book.
1.7 climbing to...
Sold.
Actually, yeah, we're at a 1.7.
Hang on. Sold from Amazon.
Proceed direct Mario, climb maintain flight level 330.
Can you believe this?
Level 330, United 3992.
Build will start in January sometime. All right, cool. Probably mine too, tell you the truth. It's going to take me forever to get a 4090 in my hands. Anyway, did you see the news on that? Somebody bought from Amazon a 9-foot book. I mean, it's huge. That's a lot. It's pretty big. And then they asked him, they said, well, what's the book about? It's a story. And he said, it's a long story. And that was it. I know I got you on that. I know I did. That's hilarious. I got to throw a dad joke in there. Come on. You guys know how I roll sometimes. Dad jokes are coming. It's pretty funny. I don't care who you are. That's funny. All right. Coming in through 27,000 feet. Got to get serious now, don't I? As you can see, we're just kind of doing this nice and easy. I don't want the airplane. I want to make sure I hit that altitude restriction, so that's kind of why we're doing this. Memphis Center is not online. Memphis isn't online, nor is Nashville. So the same thing we were going to do, we're going to still do it. Okay? Ryan laughs. Shelton's rim shot. There you go. It's pretty funny. My daughter can't stand it, dude. My daughter cannot stand it when I'm like doing that all the time. My wife did it. My wife, she's not happy about me all the time. It was really funny. We were during Halloween. You know, I ran up and I'm like, I got to give these folks a call. And she's like, well, who are you going to call? And I was like, Ghostbusters. And she's like, oh, come on. So she gets mad at me all the time. It's just so disappointing. Oh, it's great. Christopher, you got me good on that. That's funny. It's awesome. It's really not. It's sad, but it's funny. I crack myself up. As long as I'm laughing, I think that's good. My daughter came up to me the other day and she goes, Dad, it's cold. I'm like, go stand in the corner. It's 90 degrees. And again, she just gets on that. They open the door. They just open the door. All right, Shelton has one. I have one. Why was the Cinderella so bad at soccer? She kept running away from the ball. That's pretty good. I like that too. I got some one-liners. All right, so.
Southwest 1133, Transit 323 for 37,000.
Southwest 1133, Indy Center. Good evening.
Hang on, I'm waiting for a handoff here. We're gonna get dumped off here, and I got a 23,000. Here we go. 23,000 coming up. 1,000 to go. I saw news in real world. Delta is parking their CRJ-200. It's about time. Oh man, that's terrible. That's gonna be SkyWest, right? Shoot. Why don't seagulls fly over the bay? Everybody know that? All right, 23,000. We're level, looking good. We're gonna get dumped off here. Right over Livingston, and I'll go ahead and get ready for the approach 20 right into BNA. And we do have scenery here. I haven't landed there in a while, so I hope there's not a huge, what was hole in the runway like up in Fresno. That wasn't good. I might have to uninstall and reinstall it. Gotta love dad jokes. I do. I mean, my family hates them, but I love them. They get a little frustrated sometimes. But it's in a good way. If I'm not making them laugh.
Memphis is offline. Radar services terminated. Frequency change approved. Good day.
Hey, thanks for the services. We'll see ya. Riptide 5803. 122.8. Flip it over. The reason why seagulls don't fly over the bay is because they'd be called bagels. All right, I heard about Guinness updating the world records for a bald guy with the most combs. He could part with them. That's great. Oh, I love it. That's funny. Oh, it's great. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, it's great. You gotta love that. That's funny. It made me laugh. It's good stuff. Yeah, let me have them because I love that stuff. All right, so 111.3. I'm gonna throw that in here. Okay, I got one. This is a funny one. You got to listen, though. You got to listen. I might have said this, but this is a really funny one. All right, so there's a couple in Russia, and there's a husband and a wife, and they're walking on the street, and she says, "Hey, what's it's raining out." And he said, the husband goes, "No, it's snowing." And she goes, "No, I really think it's raining out." And they go back and forth, and he says, "Well, let's ask Rudolph. He's part of he's part of the party that knows, that could tell us exactly what it's doing. He's part of the Soviet Union, I guess, back in the day. So he'll tell us if it's raining, the official verbiage on if it's raining or not." So they ask him and says, "Rudolph, what is it doing?" And he says, "Is it snowing or raining?" And he says, "It's raining." So she looks at him and she says, "See, dear, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer." That's pretty funny, too. I was wondering why the Frisbee kept getting bigger and bigger, but then it hit me. Pretty good, too. I love it. Good stuff. All right, we're at Grote, and we're heading down. 201. Guys got to listen on that one. That was a tough one. All right, so I've got that plugged in, 111.3, 201 on the inbound course. We're all set, ready to go. Or the one where, "Hey, when you die, I want to be your pallbearer. I want to let you down one more time." All right, Nashville 114.1141. I thought that was funny too. 114.1. All right, here we go. We got to go ahead and set the altitudes. Coming down now, folks. We're getting going here. We're going to get down to 12,000. Boop. Altitude is engaged. Here we go. Did anybody get that? Or not? There we go. Our VNAV track on the way down. Seatbelts are coming on. Seatbelts are on. I would call them up, let them know. Folks, starting our descent into the area. Looks like 250 pounds in the center. Shelton says, "That's too hilarious." Oh no. Did you find out? I missed the answer. My internet went out. Did you hear what happened? Which one? Was it Rudolph the Red, that one? I think you got it back. Oh, crap. We have too much fun, folks. It's good stuff. All right. We're going to go to... where are we going? What are we doing? Kilo... Where are we going? Oh, BNA. I completely lost track of what we were doing. Conditions are good. We're going to keep that. Wind is... I don't like what the engines are doing to me, so I'm going to take a look. Okay. Good. I hear the engine spooling up, and I'm going, why? We're descending. We shouldn't be spooling up at all. And that's no disrespect, by the way. That's just, it's just funny. Let's see, 230. Any of these are not supposed to be hurtful or disrespectful at all. They're just puns. All right, 230 at 8, 10 miles visibility, broken at 13. We've got 16 over 13. It is good. Winds are 230 at 8. 230/8. Outside air temperature is 16 degrees. It's warm. Warmer than it was in New York. Okay. Air, we're going to add 5 on the ref. Runway is going to be 20. Dang it. I just missed it. 20 right. Flaps, we're going to go 1540. And QNH is 2997, 29.97. Reversers are yes. Auto brake is on manual. Landing weight, what do we got? 122.1. We're going to figure 121, and that should be good. Burn another 1,000 pounds before we get there. At least. Click calculate. Let's see what we got. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Wait, what? What? Okay, Rudolph the Red. Yeah, that was pretty funny. My internet went down. Did you hear what happened? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Anyway, that's what it was, Shelton. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Yeah, okay, you got it. Christopher just said it. Halle Berry, have you ever was Glenn bigger than the Southwest? Huh? Halle Berry. Wait, what? Halle Berry, have you ever was Glenn bigger than the 737? I don't know what you're saying. What are you saying, Chris? Shelton says, luckily I have hotspot on my phone to continue watching the stream. That's good. Yeah, my internet went down. I gotcha. Okay. Well, you know now, right? You got it. I think Christopher gave you the answer to that. That's pretty funny. Okay. I write this down. Okay, look at the landing distance. We're looking at factor landing distance of 51.49. Ooh, 51.49. We're putting in there 20 right. We're going auto brake on medium. Medium auto brake landing distance available. I'll show you right now. It's not going to be what you think it is. So if we go taxi, we're going to go parking gates. Got that in there. We're going to do airport info. No. Takeoff condition report. Yes. And runway 20 right. We're looking at landing beyond threshold. How about 6,700 feet? There we go. We got 6,700 feet and a perfect approach. By the way, VRAF coming in at 133 knots. Hello. 133. Circle that. That's what we're going to do. Flaps 40, 15. All right. So go around. It's going to be 15, 40 on the landing. Any questions with that? I think we've got it. All right. I'm coming back in here. Let's see what's going on. Master caution. We've got low associated pressure. And the pumps in the center are off. Good to go. Lights out. On the way down. 13,000. All right, folks. Get them. Get them. Get them. Get them. You ready? Here we go. We got to get our chutes on again. Here. Oh, man. Hang on. Oh, I'm getting old. Okay. We got to reach my belt. We're getting close. Getting. All right, 12,000 coming up to the center here. Man, what is going on with this thing? I kick it back. What are we doing? Ah! I'm losing altitude here. Hold on. Hold on, Striker. What do we got? All right, let's get down to Paisley here. We got 7,000. Here we go. Center it. VNAV coming down. Sean Cobb, what's going on, man? He says, it's a 5-minute walk from my house to the bar. It's a 45-minute walk from the bar to my house. The difference is staggering. That's pretty good. I like that one. Pretty good play on words. Neat. Good stuff. All right, folks, here comes 18,000. We're past that already. Let's go ahead and throw some lights on. We're throwing jokes here. We're not flying the aircraft. All right, lights are on. Looks good. Those are coming on, too. We get the pumps going here. We don't want any air bubbles in the system. I'm going to throw the sync off. Okay, on the way down, we're doing good. We're good. All right, belts on, ready, chutes on, folks. In the chat right now, if you remember, give me the chutes. Got to strap myself into the seat. Funny, you guys. I love it. Good stuff. All right, once we're at mud 6,000, here we go. We're going to undock that. There we go, down to 6,000, set. That's good to go. My name is Mud. Okay. We got vectors right after mud. Okay. Let's pull this out. We're going to go right to Hickory Dock. We'll climb out those vectors. Boop, done. Okay. Should be good to go. On the way down, let's do the descent checks. Shoot, I need to get some altitude going here. A little bit behind the 8 ball now. Telling all these jokes. Okay, descent checklist. Engine sinks are off. Pressurization set and checked. Good to go there. Hydraulics are on high. Did that already. Altimeters and transition set. Done. 29er. I have written down that. Ow. We have landing data and airspeed bugs are set. And the descent checklist is complete. There's 10,000 feet. I'll call them up, let them know what the chemtrails. All right. Lights coming on, by the way. Just getting those lights on. We'll go ahead and extend them. Bing, bing. Go to bright. We're good to go. I'd say, flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival. Thank you. 250 on the speed. 6,000 on the altitude. And I will give Nashville traffic a call. Well, let's call them up. Nashville traffic, Riptide 5803 on a base leg, runway 20 right, Nashville. Of course I know Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the song. Cam says, Cliff got the night off. Yeah, I fired him. He's no good for us, man. He just screws it up all the time. It was raining out of White Plains. I didn't want one other thing to worry about. I do know. Halle Berry, have you ever seen what's going on in the Southwest? I know the song. Wait a minute. Let me read that. Let me read that again. I know I shouldn't, but I'm going to. All right. I still don't get it. It's one of the things I'm going to have to be like told. All right, we're passing through some. I thought, wait, maybe it's the song, right? I guess it's not the song. Shoot. All right, folks, coming down. We got to slow down. Slow down. 16 degrees. We're doing good. We're going to go ahead and click go around just in case we need that power. What a beautiful day here. All right, we're going to get down to 6,000. We're going to go ahead and actually keep on descending down to 4, and I'm going to take over vertical speed, please. All right, I'm going to help the aircraft slow down. We're going to come down on the speed just a little bit. Let's get this thing to about 180. Bingo to bango. We're good. Haley 4,000. Yep. Want to hit Haley at 4,000. Why do I say Haley? I'm thinking Hickory. Hickory's at 4,000. Speeds retract. Speeds brakes. That was my reference the way. Okay. I gotcha. $4,000 coming up. And I'm actually on this.
Southwest 2755, taking off, runway 20 center, departure to the east, Nashville.
Roger. Got a guy on 207, 20 center. All right, ready? Slats. Down. Slats coming in. Slats are extended. 4,000 feet. Here we go. Speed brakes are coming out. Dunk. Speed brakes are out. We'll go ahead and do this. Sequence us at 15. Good set. Ready to go with flap. Okay, let's go flap. Flap 15, please. Flap 15 is set. Coming to 180. We should hit the... We should hit hickory and then start turning. We're at 180 on the speed, looking good. We're going to go ahead and arm this. We're going to come down over here and we're going to put this to medium. We'll hold off on everything else. I'm going to record this landing just in case we want to do a replay. How's that? All right, we're intercepting. ILS is hooked up. Not yet. I got 111.3201. Let's go ahead and listen. Let's descend down to 3,000. Armed. Hooked up. Gear down. Flap 15. Man, that is wicked. All right, we're going to go ahead and set to our minimum approach. Well, 4,000 feet. Just, we'll give it 4,000. There we go. Speed's coming in. We're going to slow this puppy way down. Here we go. Ready? Flap 28. Flaps 40. Flaps 40. Let's go ahead and set this to armed. Landing check, please. Okay, landing gear down. Green light. We're going to keep that on. We'll go ahead and throw that to the B side now. Spoilers and ABS are armed and set. Flaps are at 40. Landing checklist is complete. Nashville traffic. Riptide 5803 on final. Runway 20 right. Nashville. Okay, we're hooked up on the ILS. I'm letting the thing do its job. Last time we were flying into Pittsburgh, we had all sorts of problems. So, look at that. Shedding that vapor. Look at the vapes.
Southwest 2755, airborne passing 5,000, Chatham 3 departure to the east, final call, Nashville.
What the heck was that? All right. Now, I'm dragging this in, obviously. I got the runway in sight already. We'll take it off here in just a minute. All right, airport's in sight. Runway is in sight. Like I said, we'll land normal. We'll try to drag it all the way down the runway if we can. I don't mean drag it down the runway. I just mean we're going to roll out. Maybe we can get off on Alpha 2. We'll be in good shape. If we have to roll all the way down, we'll go Alpha 1. We'll still be in good shape. We're going to go on the south cargo ramp. You know, I haven't been here in a while at this airport. Sink the heading bug. Yeah, I guess so. I'll do that. There we go. I'm going to throw this off. That's one less thing I have to do. And I'll throw terrain on just in case. I'll take over here shortly. We hit 1,000 feet. That'll be my bird. It's already trimmed out real nice. Okay, my plane. 1,400. There's 1,000. Take it off. autopilot. It's my plane. We don't want to grease this too much, just because of so it'll, you know, the margins are close. Calm winds. She wants to float up on me, so I'm trying to trim it back down. I'll get the speed in there a little bit. Throttle's coming down, 500 feet set. We're a little high side. That's good. We'll gain it right back. Coming up on the speed. Perfect right there. You guys watch the EPR, okay? Let's see if we go over 1.6. Do it a duck under. I see it. Come on, grease. Grease it. All right. 2 in reverse. Speed brakes. How was that? Wasn't too bad, was it? Gotta stay on the center line here. Okay, on the brakes, off the reversers. Let's go landing check. Yeah, I wanted to donate to the fund. I want to donate to the Coastal Airways Fund today. What was the landing rate? Oh, 112? Oh, that's awesome. I didn't donate to the landing fund. Dang. When I even tried to grease it. That was a grease job, though. 112, that's pretty good. That's why I did a duck under at the last second. All right, we're here. There it is. That's where we're going. We're right off, right where I wanted to get off on. Here we go. 0. We got to wait till we get the flaps up, then we'll throw the slats in here. I got to stop the aircraft just to get it configured. And then we'll call up our ground personnel. Okay, that's up. All right, first of all, let's shut this thing off. That's good, that's good. Slats and flaps, good to go, that's good. And we'll keep those lights on. Throw that to that, that's fine. These are coming off. I've got them dim, I'm gonna shut it off right now. We're just gonna get in there. No problem. APU's got to come online. We'll go ahead and throw that on. All right, let's call up GSX and let's tell them where we're going. We're going to go to spot 5 south. So it's going to be south parking, number 5, cargo ramp. And no, I don't want to follow me. We're right in front of you. See? I told you. Man, that was a nice, good plan. $127. We have 112 and 127. I tried to do a soft landing check. Didn't work. All right, here we go. Brakes off. Let's go. Beautiful weather here. Let's pop the window open. It's so nice. APU is coming online. We're going to throw that to run. Welcome to Nashville. Shut down number 1. I go any further, I'm going to run into your equipment, you idiot. Brakes. Seatbelts. Land that. Those are on. Shut down number 2. Number 2 is off. Windows closed. Well, welcome. We made it. We'll get the passengers off. We'll get the hockey players out of here. Seatbelts. I'll stop the, let me stop the recording because let's take a look at the replay. That would be fun to watch. Let's go ahead and get a... I got to do a couple things administrative here. Administrative things. These... Well, actually, I want that on. I want that off. There we go. That can stay on. And then we're going to come over to here. We've got to say, get off my airplane and all that good stuff. So I'm going to go to here. We're going to say, deplane, please. Request deboarding. Thank you. All right. Open the main. We're going forward stairs here. We're going to start unboarding the aircraft. They're coming open. Oh, they're moving the stairs up. What's up with that? Let's pull those back in then. You're going to do that to me. All right, now I'm going to do the aft stairs. Aft stairs are coming down as well, and then we can shut off the hydraulics. Pumps are off on the overhead, and let's just make sure we shut this thing down the right way. All right. Pump's coming off. I got to keep that pump on. That's off. That's off. That's off. Then we're going to do a cold and dark next flight, so I'm going to shut it all down here. Looks good. All right. I think we did it. What do you use for a tiller? Cam, I use a my Cytec 52 X52. I have there's a top knob that I use for the nose wheel tiller. All right, that should be off. That's good. We're burning out of this. Let's go ahead and get outside. Why are they pink? Thought I covered this already. Dumb. We're here. Nashville. I'm going to disconnect this. Bingo. I got to go ahead and log my flight here on ACARS. ACARS is going to get filed. We burned about 14,000, so that's not too bad. There she is, all of her glory. Beautiful night, evening, if you will. We're starting deplane right now. I'm going to actually get the airplane to where it's ready to go for us tomorrow night. And we'll take it tomorrow right after the game. Back to White Plains. That's where we're going tomorrow. For you folks, members out there, if you want to be a member, I think for a YouTube member, it's the price of less of a cup of coffee. You can become a member here, and you get to see, videos before it releases publicly. We do polls, a whole bunch of cool stuff. All right, that's good. Let's go ahead and throw this to standby. And last but not least, we're going to go ahead and throw the bat off right there. And that throws that off. I should have actually just stopped the I should have just stopped the APU first, but whatever. There it goes. It's starting to wind down. And then this light, if you're like, wait, where's this light coming from? It's going to be the emergency. You got to come up. And you want to make sure that your emer lights are not armed. Where are you? Right there. I'll throw that off. Kind of turn around. Looks good. And then finally, can we open the door? Yes, we can. Whoa, a dude. Since when that old guy? He might have been a coach. All right, Sean. Have to do your best tattoo impression. D-plane, D-plane. Yes. D-plane. That's right. So we can hear ourselves think. All right, that's it. Done. I want to thank you for watching tonight. We will do this again. I don't know. Do you guys want to see a Wednesday one? I don't know. I got to look at my schedule and see. I think we're going up to White Plains tomorrow. I got to look at the hockey schedule. Just give me 1 second and I'll tell you when we're flying again. I'm going to try to do a stream or 2 videos a week, or streaming 2 videos a week. I won't stream this week unless it's a hockey charter. I know I'm going tomorrow. You guys will see that. It won't be live though. I think I'm just going to record it because I don't know what my day's looking like tomorrow. I think we're going somewhere. So, come on, what's up with this? All right, so I'll have to log in and find out when our next flight is. I think we've got a couple things going on. Let me look really quick. Just give me a second, and then we'll get out of here. I just want to see when our next flight is for next week, so we could. What am I doing? All right, let me go to my charters. We just had a bid. We just had a bid that just went out for December. Where was this? September bids. Maybe it's in the charter. Yeah, here it goes. All right, I'm going to show you. Well, I'm not going to show it to you, but I'm going to have a look. We bid. We've got. We're doing the Rangers from. We're going to. What the heck? So looks like we're going to be going this week. Shoot, we go to Nashville tomorrow, and then we're doing a turnaround, and we're going up to CYOW, which is that's Winnipeg. So we fly to Winnipeg, and then right back to White Plains. Next week we'll go, Dulles. That's gonna be fun. And then the following week we're going to Columbus, BFI. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, I got to do that again. No, that's not me. I was like, no, I don't want to do that again. No, that's the Panthers. So we're going to Dulles, back to White Plains, and then in a few weeks, December 10th, we're going from. It looks like we're going from White Plains to Montreal to White Plains, and then the week I'm off a couple weeks this month. We're going White Plains, Fort Lauderdale, Tampa. That's going to be fun. Fly down south sometime. And then the first of the year, we'll go White Plains, CYUL, which is Montreal back. So we got a couple Montreal trips, 1 Winnipeg trip coming up. So the week of December 3rd, we're flying to Winnipeg. Sometime this week, I know we do a return trip up to White Plains tomorrow after the game. So tomorrow evening we'll do that. You guys can see that. Members and patrons will be able to see that flight. And I think we'll pick up again. Let me see when when the Rangers are playing. Let me look at the calendar really quick, and then I'll know exactly when the days are that we're flying. Let's see. We've got Ottawa. Oh, we go to Ottawa. Sorry. All right, so we've got a return trip back home tomorrow. Then on the 4th, so Monday we go to Ottawa. We fly him to Ottawa on Monday. Then we do a return trip that night after the game on the 5th, so Tuesday night. We will fly again on Saturday. Friday. Sorry, Friday you'll see it. So next Friday, you'll see us go from White Plains to Dulles. That's going to be a fun trip. That always is a fun trip up there to Dulles. All right, that'll be on the 8th, and then we'll fly it home on the 9th. So you folks, I'll get you to somehow, and then our patrons will be able to see all of these recorded. And then I'm trying to see. We've got the Kings, but we're home. We got Maple Leafs home. And we're home. So we're home until the 15th. So the 15th we'll fly to Boston. That'll be fun. I'm trying to see when we got a break. When we actually can get a break. It looks like the week of the 11th we'll do, if you want us to do some kind of a 737 flight, I could probably get one in. We'll see. On the week of the 11th. Looks like we're home that whole week. So, yeah, it's Ottawa. I got it. All right. Are you joining the Discord? Yeah, I can just pop in and say hi for a minute. I do want to do a proving flight, and it's not going to be with the 737. It's going to be something else that we're going to do. I think we're expanding to St. Bart's. I don't know yet. I got to see if it's economically feasible to do so. St. Bart's is going to be quite the fun flight. You ever seen St. Bart's, folks? It's like this. It's in the Caribbean. We might buy a little turboprop. We'll see. Anyway, I don't know what's doing. Okay. Folks, thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button. I appreciate all of you. Appreciate you hanging out with us here on a Friday night. Go and enjoy yourself. Ryan is flying now. Check him out. He's on Twitch. FLN Aviator, I believe. Is it FLN? Yeah, it's FNL Aviator. Sorry. FNL Aviator. Check him out on Twitch. He'll probably love to have you. I'll drop in and say hi over there as well. I'm done. This thing's shut down. And we are out. Until next time, keep the blue side up and the brown side down. You guys have a great evening. We will see you next Friday. And then you folks, members and patrons, will see me tomorrow on the flight up. Ciao. Shelton says, where's the cruise staying the night? Dang it, you didn't ask me that. Where are we staying tonight? Let me find out. That was a good question. We are going to be staying at the JW Marriott Nashville. So I have to check that out too. JW Marriott Nashville. That's where we're staying. All right. Have a good night. We're done.